couple.
It's funny. So it's interesting. Ray Rice didn't quite get the same treatment, did he?
No, he did not. No. And he's still with his wife.
Yeah.
You know, the difference was it was on camera. That's the big difference with everything now in this world we live in. Is if it's recorded, you're screwed.
That turns out to be a big difference. It actually does. You're right about that. So
what time are you picking me up for tonight's game?
I was at the well, I don't want it to take away from all the festivities you have planned for Reisman and family and extended friends. I mean, friends and,
And then, I'm going to get him on the Jumbotron, too.
Of course. Kiss Cam.
Kiss Cam with Donna. Oh,
yeah.
So cute.
Limbo Stick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a fun one, too. You're going to tell him which beggar's pizza to pick.
Oh, yeah.
To flip over.
Flip over.
Yeah.
It's in cap number 2, where the ball is under cap number 2. Yeah.
Exactly.
Kiss Cam. I love that.
I think he's referring to a different kissing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
like of the ass version.
Hey, I won biggest brown nose at John Hersey High School for a reason. Okay?
Yeah, so you mentioned that yesterday, but I don't think it was on the air. We were talking off air, and it was interesting that the weird parallel. You won biggest brown nose and best legs.
Sexiest legs, yeah.
And I won sexiest legs at Bennett Academy. That's weird. we have more in common than than sometimes I think. Yeah. Strange.
And I didn't campaign for either of those.
Me neither.
It just kind of happened.
I mean,
now, homecoming
do I
queen,
look good in a pleated skirt?
Yeah,
I do.
You know what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
But you know what? We weren't gender biased at my high school. Don Davis won for sexiest legs for the men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So whatever the girls got, the guys got too.
Wow. Yeah.
That's how we did it back in the day.
Yeah, Hersey was ahead of its time.
Yeah, it was.
And you all used the same bathroom.
No, we don't. That will never happen at that high school.
So because I was out late enjoying the festivities at the Cell, or Comiskey Park, as I still refer to it.
Yes.
I got back late, and then I had to
Did you have to watch all of it?
Because
I started with Cory Booker. I started with Sarah Silverman, and then went to Cory Booker. Oh, Cory Booker. Now I know why she didn't choose him as her VP candidate. And then Michelle Obama. I mean, kudos to Michelle Obama.
So
she really brought party unity. She really got the Bernie or bust supporters to shut up and sit down and to listen.
Mm-hmm. So day one of the RNC was Law and Order. That was the theme. Day one of the DNC was caustic harridans. And I'm not just talking about Cory Booker, but he is included. I get back at about midnight. And then I have to sit
because you don't sleep.
I have to sit through 90 minutes of people yelling at me. They talked about Donald Trump yelling his entire speech. The Democrats yelled their entire day one, the entire day one of their convention.
That was not good. Oh, but here's my girl Sarah Silverman. You ready?
To the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
That was what I took away from her.
Yeah.
She sat there like, you're being ridiculous. Stop interrupting me. And Al Franken, we're trying to talk here. We're trying to do a comedy routine up here. Stop it.
That's another good example of a caustic harridan, even though she's maybe a little bit young to be referred to as a harridan. Yeah. You missed the big part there.
Yeah.
With her little line, her little scolding. What was the reaction? Bernie took over the convention hall. That was the response to those two hacks that apparently used to be in comedy, Sarah Silverman and Al Franken. They were not received well, and it was a weird moment, not a funny moment, not a light moment, not an entertaining moment, other than the schadenfreude nature of the entertainment, watching those two die on stage, because that's what happened.
Well, a great moment for many Chicagoans, seeing Bill Clinton sitting next to who? Oh, Tony Preckwinkle. Can you think of a bigger slap in the face for Rahm Emanuel? Is that Bill Clinton was sitting next to her the whole time. And then Cecil the Lion, Celia Richards.
Yeah, Cecile the Lion.
From Planned Parenthood, the body part seller.
Rahm was right in between the two. You just can't see him. He's so tiny. He's just a little.
No, I didn't see him at all. I think this is a huge, huge middle finger to Rahm Emanuel.
Are you sure?
I mean, he was at home watching it. I think I heard him crying from my house because he wasn't invited to the party.
I saw that as well, the pan to Bill Clinton. And it looked like Tony Preckwinkle sitting next to him, but it also could have been Grady from Sanford and Son.
Stop it. So there's your new
Connect
mayor.
with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Then they rotated people next to Bill Clinton because Cecilia Richards was 3 people down. Then she moved 2, and then she was in the main slot next to Bill.
All the ladies get 5 minutes with Bill.
And here's your 5-minute forecast now. It'll be quick. It's seasonably warm today with plenty of sunshine, a high of 86 degrees. Tonight, clear, and the humidity starts to kick in. And tomorrow, we're going to have humid conditions. The dew point's going to be high, and we're going to have a high of 88 degrees. Let's get the travel times. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Dan. Right now, after a pretty crazy 18 hours or so on the roads, things are settling down, and it's fairly quiet for the most part. Overnight road construction is gone throughout the area. Some of those overnight crashes which were major issues last night, all out of the way at this point. See a little bit of heavy traffic on the inbound Rhine approaching downtown as usual. Inbound Bishop Ford, little heavy approaching the merge. There is construction on the Adams Tollway westbound from Bartlett Road to 25. That's a right lane closure, but there's no delay there. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
Hi, I'm Tom Sadeka, President and CEO of Precision Payroll of America. We're the 33-year-old company whose first employee and first client are still working together. We have so many wonderful clients, but with me today is someone very special.
Hi, I'm Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA. We are a nonprofit student organization battling the bias and indoctrination in America's high schools and colleges every day. We are on over 1,000 campuses and continue to grow. Precision Payroll has been there since day one and has helped us immensely as we grew to a truly national organization. No one in the business is better than Precision Payroll. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Charlie. What you're doing is so important. To learn more and help, go to tpusa.com. That's tpusa.com.
And for your business, let Precision Payroll make a difference for you. Call Tom at 630-242-1507. That's 630-242-1507. Or online at precisionpayroll.com.
Thank you, Charlie.
I am so glad I did it. I'm just mad at myself for waiting so long. Hi, Amy Jacobson here for CertaPro Painters. You know, our front porch had chipping and peeling. It looked old and run down, but thanks to CertaPro Painters, it looks brand new again. And trust me, my neighbors are happy I did it. And you know, it's not too late to book that painting project. But don't wait. Be sure to get on CertaPro Painters' summer painting schedule today. Call 800-GO-CERTA or visit CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You know, CertaPro Painters will work around your busy schedule to get your home looking picture perfect for all your summer entertaining. That's why CertaPro Painters says we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Whether it's residential or commercial, interior or exterior, it's not too late to get that painting project off your to-do list. Call now, 1-800-GO-CERTA, 1-800-GOCERTA, or visit CertaPro.com today.
AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues now. And make sure to stay tuned to catch me, Mike Gallagher, coming up at 9, only on AM 560, The Answer.
I'm going to rip that baseball cap off your head.
I miss Red Fox. Dan and Amy, I'll tell you what. We'll get to the speeches last night from the DNC, including from Comrade Bernie. Oof. And Comrade Bernie might be folding in, but a lot of the Feel the Burners are not. Here's a question for you. It was a dark Republican convention, quote unquote, because of delegates chanting, "Lock her up on the floor." Mm-hmm. Right.
But you know what they did? They stole our thunder.
Well, no.
They stole the line.
Well, but so the question is this. So if it was dark when Republican delegates did it on the floor, how do the Dems and does the Washington, D.C. press corps, how do they describe it when it's Feel the Burners? And that was
all day. I mean,
that was outside Philadelphia City Hall.
And it was on the set of MSNBC. Then they went over to CNN. I mean, because all these cable stations have sets set up all over town, and they just went where the cameras were. They invaded Debbie Wasserman Schultz's interview.
On our values, and you will see me.
And she's still talking. Did she? Oh yeah, she didn't bother showing up. Apparently, she got the memo that it might not be good optics if she gavels in. So guess who gavelled in?
Well, I saw.
Oh, did you see? Miss Blake?
Yeah. Former Baltimore Mayor, SRB, at the DNC, creating a safe space for the rioters there, I presume.
I don't know how they chose her, but they did. And then she had to do it again because she didn't gavel properly the first time. So then the second time she really hit it hard. She hit the buzzard, and then the thing went up and hit the bell.
Oh, right. And then she got a Cupid doll.
Right.
Yeah.
And a big stuffed animal.
And there's nobody that you would say, who do I want to preside over chaos to bring calm to a situation? Well, obviously, former Baltimore Mayor Stephanie Rawlings Blake.
I'm just laughing at all my lady liberal friends who describe the Republican convention as chaos and mean-spirited and hateful, and you people are racist. Well, what are you people this morning? 312-642-5600. I mean, really,
Totally.
what are they? It was not as bad, if not worse, than the Republican convention.
Are you afraid now? Are you afraid because some Bernie supporters were chanting "lock her up" the way that Republican delegates did on the floor at the RNC last week? Or is your quote-unquote fear kind of situationally specific? Yeah, very interesting. By the way, you mentioned DWS.
Oh, yeah.
Who got replaced by SRB at the DNC.
Yeah.
Before she goes to work for
acronym.
HRC. This is why I really kind of got sidetracked from a successful rap career in the 80s. I had the dance moves because I was a break dancer.
Right.
And I should have stuck
and
with
you
that
had parachute pants.
Instead, I decided to get an education.
And then go to law school
La-di-da.
anytime.
Yeah. This is dumb.
All that fancy stuff.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, interesting piece of the Miami Herald. You know, we mentioned it yesterday in passing, but she's got this primary challenge, and she has been targeted for elimination by the Field of Burners, who I think would like to lock DWS up as well as HRC. And this
BLM. I just had to. I had to play your game.
Yeah, throw one in.
SOX. Get it?
Oh,
that's
not
it's
an
on
acronym.
your head. I know it's not an acronym.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You ruined it. Now you ruined the game. We can't play it anymore.
This
is why we can't play nice games.
No, this is why we don't have nice things. Yes.
So she's running against this college professor, Tim Canova, and there's some indication, although I haven't seen numbers in the race, that she may have a bit of a political battle on her hands in her district. Like
she might lose.
Yeah,
and then there's also saying that she's using DNC funds to campaign on. That it's fraudulent spending. They're going to file some forms today to start an investigation.
Remember that we're still talking about a Democrat primary here,
right?
And in this year, with the kind of revolt that's burgeoning on the left as well as the right, anything's possible. One of the gentlemen I went to the game with last night is a Beltway type.
Is this the guy who took my seat?
Oh
wait.
Yeah, that's what he did. He took your seat. Yeah. But he suggested that the buzz in D.C. is that she's
done?
real trouble. Well, no, I wouldn't say done, but that she's in real trouble. It's hard to figure how these things, play themselves out. But she's got a real challenge on her. Paul Ryan up in Kenosha has a real challenge on his hand. I think he's probably in a little stronger position than is Debbie Wasserman Schultz. But it's interesting if you see the Speaker of the House on the Republican side, the former or soon-to-be former Democrat national chairman on the Democrat side, both in trouble for what are, gerrymandered safe seats for their respective parties. It's very interesting.
But how could she or her handlers think that after yesterday morning's press conference in front of the Florida delegation, and then she gets booed, how could they still think that it would be okay for her to gavel in and gavel out the convention?
Well,
I mean, eventually she didn't do it, but Clinton's people had to call Debbie Wasserman Schultz and say, you know what, we think it's for the good of the party that you not gavel in the convention.
I don't think that's on her people. I think she was being strident. I think she was resistant to the idea.
Told me yesterday that her handlers were telling her that, oh no, it's okay, just that's fine, it's over now.
Yeah.
Really, it's over? No, I don't think so.
They sent her an email. Holly and Hudson, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Good morning. Hey, you guys are doing a great job. I have a dream.
Oh.
This is Holly from Hudson. I have a dream speech.
Okay.
I have a dream that we wake up in November and the Clintons are done, and that Hillary doesn't have any more fake Senate seats to move to. She can't move to get a new Senate seat. She's done being appointed to any fake staff position. Her speaking fees have dried up because her ability to grant favor is over. and that the Clintons go away.
That is a beautiful dream, Holly. There's no question about it. Thanks for the call.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I had gout in both my knees, and it's gone.
Well, I'm pretty stupid. I should have ordered it 15 years ago. Best thing I ever got in my. It's the most effective product that I've ever bought in my life.
He had eczema on his hand, and it cracked for years. He did anything from doctor, every cream, everything. And 3 months on the veggies and fruit, it was gone.
They're just awesome. They keep asking me, what am I doing? I told them what I did with my cholesterol. I had the blood test, right? And it went down 100 points. 262, now it's 162. Everything is just perfect.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Call now, 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Chicago.
Get protection for covered repairs with a vehicle service contract from Toco Warranty. Unlike other companies, with Toco, there's no down payment, and the monthly payments are really affordable. Keep your hard-earned cash and call Toco Warranty right now at 800-261-7500 to save big money on covered auto repairs. Prices vary by vehicle, but for about the cost of a tank of gas per month, a Toco plan has your back on expensive covered car repairs. Monthly payments are very affordable. Get your free quote now. Call Toco at 800-261-7500. That's 800-261-7500.
If you are behind on your bills, then this message is for you. How would you like to have a large portion of your credit card debt or medical bills forgiven? National Credit Card Relief would like to give you free information on a proven debt forgiveness program. It's not bankruptcy, it's not consolidation. This special program actually wipes clean the portion of your debt that is forgiven. Call for your free forgiveness information now. 800-291-6670. That's 800-291-6670. Don't wait. Call 800-291-6670. Not available in North Dakota.
Hey, every guy dreads the honey-do list, so give yourself a weekend off and check out ChicagoRadioDeals.com for some home improvement help. How's the air quality in your home? Well, allergens could be affecting the air you breathe. Royal Home Comfort Services is offering several deals at half off their normal price to improve the air quality in your home. So purchase a full home air duct cleaning for $195. Now, this deal includes all your ducts and an inspection of your furnace as well. They also have a deal to rid your home ductwork of all unwanted bacteria, including mold, by using a natural cleansing agent to keep your family safe and healthy. But wait, there's more. Royal Home Comfort also has a deal to clean and inspect your home dryer vent for only $45. Now, if you want to tackle a project yourself, shop at a great local hardware store with personal customer service. Purchase the Addison Building Materials $100 gift certificate for only $50. Addison Building Materials is a true value retailer. For more home improvement deals, just visit ChicagoRadioDeals.com. That's ChicagoRadioDeals.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Memo to Trump speechwriters: there is nothing to lift from Michelle's speech for Melania. Leave it alone.
And how was her dress? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
73. Two attackers seized hostages in a church in the Normandy, France city of Rouen today, killing one hostage by slitting his throat before being killed by police. The identities of the attackers and motive are unclear this morning. 19 are dead after a bloody knife attack outside Tokyo. About 24 others wounded. A man went on a rampage wielding a knife at a facility for the disabled. Secretary of State John Kerry calling the bloodshed senseless.
On behalf of President Obama and all of the American people, I want to express my deepest condolences to the families of those whose loved ones were killed in the horrific attack.
Police have arrested a former employee at that center. Hillary Clinton, poised to make history, becoming the first woman in U.S. history to receive a major political party's presidential nomination. First Lady Michelle Obama on hand last night at the Democratic National Convention, pitching Hillary Clinton as the person to help shape the future.
Hillary understands that the president is about one thing and one thing only. It's about leaving something better for our kids.
Bernie Sanders says the revolution that he began will continue. after his endorsement of Clinton.
We have begun a political revolution to transform America, and that revolution, our revolution, continues.
Roll call tonight, former President Bill Clinton speaking. Mayor Emanuel on hand Wednesday and Thursday, he says, to back Hillary Clinton as Illinois Democratic leaders in Philadelphia consider running Senator Dick Durbin as a possible challenger to incumbent Republican Governor Bruce Rauner. A body found at the scene of a fiery crash on a Chicago area expressway. Illinois State Police this morning say they're still looking into information on that body that was found at the scene of that crash involving 2 semis and 3 passenger vehicles. And a former Chicago high school basketball standout that went on to play in college shot to death on the city's west side. Jonathan Mills suffering several gunshot wounds Monday afternoon and pronounced dead at the scene. White Sox over the Cubs 5-4. Tyler Saladino, game-ending RBI single to win it. The news a service of Burger King's grilled hot dogs. Where are you going to get that delicious grilled hot dog? Your backyard? Nope. Burger King. Burger King's grilled dogs made with 100% beef, flame grilled to perfection. Pick up a grilled dog today at participating Burger King restaurants. Flame grilling hot dogs since 2016. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee, a family tradition since 1897.
Not available in all states. Successful entrepreneurs know that demand, location, and attraction are the keys to a solid business. And now, Reese and Irvy's robotic frozen yogurt vending machines offer you all you need to own your own successful business. A revolutionary vending kiosk that robotically delivers delicious and creamy frozen yogurt. It creates excitement and generates endless possibilities for success. Reese and Irvy's Froyo kiosks are now available as a franchise opportunity. Go to froyofranchising.com and enter promo code 6464. That's froyofranchising.com. Promo code 6464.
It's time once again for Al and Marty.
You know, Al, we were Chicagoland's first ever Ford Lincoln dealer.
We're also everybody's favorite dealer.
We are?
I took a very scientific poll.
A poll? Wow, that's amazing.
100% of the respondents favored us.
Wait, respondents?
Well, Bill in accounting, my daughters, your wife's a big fan, and, well, me.
You?
I think I'm fantastic.
I bet you do.
Island Park Ford Lincoln Superstore. Call 800-984-9000 or visit alanmarty.com.
This is Al and Marty. Deal with us.
5:36, Guardian Security Services Traffic Center time. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The Edens is clear right now. 19 minutes either way between Lake Cook and Montrose. The Kennedy good, 20 minutes O'Hare to downtown. How about the same? The Eisenhower still delay-free. It's 29 minutes either way between Thorndale and the Loop. The traffic starting to build inbound past the Tri-State. Inbound Stevenson, we now see a 2-minute delay central to Kedzie. Inbound Ryan, slow from 35th to the Burn Circle, 20 minutes, 95th to downtown, outbound fine at 15. Bishop Ford, there's a 2-minute delay from 103rd to the Merge. No tollway delays to report. Traffic is a service of Firestone Complete Auto Care. Firestone Complete Auto Care is celebrating 90 years of keeping cars running newer, longer. Visit your local Firestone Complete Auto Care and get a $70 prepaid card by mail. You buy 4 eligible Bridgestone tires. See store or driveafirestone.com for details. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center, providing the right climate for business since 1935. A seasonable summer day, plenty of sunshine, high 86, 70 at O'Hare. Next news at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Military Mortgage Talk with host Tony Gatliff. Sunday mornings at 9 on AM 560, The Answer.
Let not your heart be troubled. Listen to me, Sean Hannity. I'll have the latest news and what it all means for you. It's coming up at 2 right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So, Michelle Obama spoke last night to kick off the DNC.
Now, I know you don't like her, but wasn't she fabulous? She was elegant. She was graceful. She had a little bit of bite to her.
Uh-huh.
I was so impressed by her because I think she's the one who got Bernie Sanders supporters just to finally sit down, shut up, and focus. But of course, she wouldn't say crudely like a trucker like I just did. But I thought she was wonderful. And she did cry when she was speaking about her girls and how important this election is to the children of this country.
Because of Hillary Clinton, my daughters and all our sons and daughters now take for granted that a woman can be president of the United States.
I mean, come on, you couldn't say something nice about her, huh? Anything did you take away?
I could, but I
from...
would be disingenuous if I did.
Okay.
Because her speech was anodyne, and actually
common spelling
with a Y.
Okay.
And it was actually dangerous. And it's there's a substance there that you kind of have to tune into and get past all of her forced stylistics, her kind of the air she puts on when she gives one of these speeches. But there are two clips that are particularly important that people should pay attention to. And probably everybody else will gloss over this, but I'm not going to. Because I don't want to live in Plato's Republic, and Michelle Obama does. She wants to make this Plato's Republic. Your kids are not your own. They're the president's. They're the government's. And that's where you look for inspiration, for an understanding of who you are and what you can be. That's what she said. Listen to these two bites from Michelle Obama. This is the most important part of her speech.
And make no mistake about it, this November when we go to the polls, that is what we're deciding. Not Democrat or Republican, not left or right. No, in this election and every election is about who will have the power to shape our children for the next 4 or 8 years of their lives.
Really?
So she's telling people not to vote Democratic or Republican, just vote for the person?
No, she's telling people that the government shapes your life.
Oh,
Is that who you look to? Do you say, the next 4 or 8 years, I'm ceding to Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or Barack Obama or Mitt Romney before him or John McCain before him or George W. Bush before him? Is that what you, I want to hear from parents out there. Do you say, I don't know what the next 4 or 8 years of my child's life is going to look like until I know who the president of the United States is? Because that is where we look for guidance on the raising of our children, on the inculcation of values with respect to our kids. Is that right? 312-642-5600, turnkey.pro, answer line 64636DA, turnkey.pro, text line. And just on the off chance you think, well, that was just a passing line and I'm misinterpreting.
Well, Melania wrote that, but
Ohio.
Sorry.
And I'm misinterpreting what she meant. Well, she doubled down.
Yeah, give me some.
Kids who look to us to determine who and what they can be.
Kids who look to the Obamas.
Was she talking in general?
No, kids who look to us, the people in power, to determine who they are and what they can be. Is that what
she meant? Like anything's possible.
No. Is that what you tell Peyton and Eli? Don't listen to mom. We all need to sit here and listen to Ingsoc. Wait for the Obamas to appear on the screen and tell you who you are and what you can be. You look
I thought
to the
you meant
government.
like, look, it's an African-American family, and look, even minorities can rise to the level of presidency.
Yeah, she did that rap, but this is something different. This is Plato's Republic.
Okay.
This is government as father and mother. That's what that is. It's a stylized version of that same old gambit by central planners to intervene between parents and children and to essentially say, without saying it these words, because you can't sell it if you say it this way, we're mom and dad, you're a caretaker. And we're just understand the rank order of authority here. That's what she's saying. So those two clips is what should be taken away from Michelle Obama's speech, and it won't be taken away.
No, because everybody's going to focus on the fact that she lives in a house that slaves built.
Generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
Yeah, and the whole kind of her trembling voice and all these affectations. She's just despicable. She really is.
God,
She
I love Michelle Obama.
Of course you do, because it's
do.
all sentimentality, of course.
No,
I mean,
she's not an elected official. She's the first lady. And gosh, has she grown? I would never watch her 2008 speech, but since it was allegedly plagiarized, I watched the whole thing. She's a different woman 7.5 years later.
Oh, what, a little less angry?
Oh, no, a little more angry.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, 2008,
exactly.
she was,
Yeah.
you know,
She talked about this is now the greatest country in the world. Is it going to stop being the greatest country in the world when you guys are gone again, like it was prior to your arrival?
I will say this: at the end, she did say "God bless" instead of "God bless America," and I was waiting for the America. Never said it. Like, what's wrong? But she does. She does love the country, Dan.
Don't let anyone ever tell you that this country isn't great. This right now.
You mean like you?
Is the greatest country on earth.
Because she told me it's the greatest country.
Phil in Bloomingdale, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
To prove Dan's point, Amy, did Ronald Reagan make you who you are today?
No, but Ronald Reagan
put that
made me
on
less
Reagan.
scared.
Do not put that on Reagan.
No, I was scared. When I was a kid, we had to wait in gas lines, and because of Carter's administration, it was scary. Our mortgage rate, the interest on our mortgage was 18.9%.
Yeah, that was FDR's regime. That was the Depression, Amy. Phil, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go.
Neither Jimmy Carter nor Ronald Reagan made me who I am today.
Bingo.
My parents made me who I am today. A World War II veteran and an immigrant from Nazi Germany. Those are the two people who made me who I am today. I'm very thankful that Ronald Reagan was president, but he didn't make me who I am today. He just made me wait at the post office when I was 18 at 6 o'clock in the morning to make sure I registered for the service.
Thanks for the call. Great call, Phil. Thank you. Appreciate that message. That's exactly right. Do you look to politicians to shape your character and your destiny? Really? This is the whole fallacy of private vice becomes public virtue. These same, schmucks who are your state rep one day or your state senator in the case of Obama, all of a sudden become the messiah when they run for federal office or national office. I mean, get a grip and stop looking to politicians to chart the course of your life. Good gracious. Philip in Blue Island.
So you're saying that Miss Obama is putting on air, so she's not in her place as
oh, spare me, Philip. Spare me, Philip.
But
spare
again,
me.
She's talking about the greatness of America.
No, she's not.
And when she says we, she's talking about, we can't be accepted as Americans. We can't talk about our greatness, our individual achievements as Americans.
Philip, you're talking past the issue. I'm talking about her reading from Plato's Republic and the issue of government shaping the future of your children, which is the words that she used. That's the issue.
But you said her air. What did that mean?
The presumptiveness to suggest that you look to the president of the United States, whoever that president is, for the next 4 or 8 years of your children's development. That's heirs. That's presumptiveness.
That's presumptive. I mean, that's...
Thank you for the call, Philip. Yeah, appreciate it. Bob in Waukegan.
Yeah, excuse me. You're exactly right, Dan. The Obamas, the one word that I can use for Michelle and Barack is nauseating. The most discriminated people in America are people like me, middle-aged white guys who go to work every frickin' day and can't catch a break. Sending kids to college can't get a scholarship because one of my daughters is too blonde and too green-eyed. Michelle Obama said exactly what you're saying when Barack was in office. You can go back and check the clips somewhere, get somebody to run through them. But she said the earlier we get your kids, the more we can mold them into who we want them to be. So have somebody in your group go back. That's from years ago when she gave some speech somewhere. She said, yeah, the earlier we get them, then we can mold them and make them who we want them to be, not who they should be.
Thanks for the call, Bob. Appreciate it. Ron in the South Side.
I couldn't waste time watching that crap last night. I had to watch my White Sox. But look here.
How about those White Sox?
Michelle Obama needs to be ashamed of herself making reference to children, period. You want to know why?
She's a mom.
she's talking about, wait, hold on, Amy, hold on. Yeah, she's a mom. Is she talking about the children that's getting slaughtered in this city? A child that got shot right near her house. And yes, it is about Democrats and Republicans, because majority of these inner cities where children are getting shot and slaughtered are controlled by Democrats. So you know what? From Michelle Obama, the dog bowl, all of them need to just go away. Please don't come back. But again, she should be ashamed. Don't make reference to children at all. Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Sharon and Addison.
Hi, thanks for taking my call. What bothers me about this whole thing, and I didn't really listen to her speech, this is why the Constitution should never be considered a living and breathing document. Our laws here must stay constant as far as the founders intended them to be. It doesn't change. That's why someone like her is so frightening, because any suggestion of government oversight at all, this is what robs people of liberty. And I think a lot of people are waking up right now, which is why they were looking for the alternative, though both flawed candidates in the form of Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. We live in a country where we've been blessed with a kind of freedom that no one has ever seen. And I think that French philosopher, I can't think of his name, but he said back in the 1800s, as long as Americans remain good and moral, the Constitution will apply. Well, the left has been bastardizing it, trying to twist it and shape it, and it's come to the point where they think they could do a better job of being mom and dad to your kids, or they could do a better job of running your life for you. They're worse than any in-law from hell who comes to your house you've got to tolerate on Thanksgiving. And this is what they've turned into. You know, I wish they'd just go home and bury themselves, and I don't want to see their kind again. I'm really hoping that when they leave, we get our breath of fresh air back for what America's always been. It has not felt like America since Obama's been at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, Sharon, that French philosopher.
Oh, yeah, of course you know. Who is it?
De Tocqueville, Alexis de Tocqueville. Or as President Obama, the greatest intellect Western civilization has ever seen, referred to him, Alex. Alex de Tocqueville. Al de Tocqueville.
Hey, Al,
Yeah.
hey, yo, you.
Cassandra in Montrose Beach.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was on. I wanted to say that I don't understand this. Barack Obama is the one who said that sin or evil, I can't remember which, was whatever violated his moral compass.
Correct.
Remember, the personal, his possessive moral compass. And now she's telling us that, no, we're supposed to look to them to create our core values and our moral compass. So which is it? I think our kids, according to them, are allowed to grow up with any moral compass they feel like, any core values they feel like.
Well, that's it. That's it. It's you follow Barack Obama's example. Be your own God. Exactly right, Cassandra.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Plenty of sunshine today. It's going to be 86 degrees tonight, clear, and the humidity is going to be a little elevated for the Cubs-Sox game. The Cubs are going to win today. Thank you. The Crosstown Classic. Yes, that's what you call it. And then tomorrow it's going to be warm and humid with times of clouds and sun. No rain in the forecast, a high of 88. Let's get the travel times. Here's Jim Telemonte.
Thanks, Amy. Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Well done with the Sox last night, though. In Mount Kennedy, things are jamming up. Sayre to Lawrence. There's a crash there. 2 left lanes are blocked. The travel time's rising quickly. We're up to 32 minutes. So O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 21. Brief gaper slowdown. Edens is fine. Von Eisenhower slow Manheim to first. 34 minutes. Thorndale to downtown. Outbound fine at 29. Stevenson is 37 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound fine at 34. Ryan 22 minutes. 95th to downtown. I-57 16 minutes. I-80 to the merge. Bishop Ford 17. Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
No matter what type of business you're in, having a strong business banking partnership can help your bottom line. I'm Jeff Boundy, president of Cornerstone National Bank and Trust Company. We strongly believe that trust, service, and relationship are the cornerstone of a successful business banking partnership. Customers like Rick Williams of Pump Supply agree.
Hi, my name is Rick Williams, owner of Pump Supply Incorporated. As a business owner, I recognize the importance of relationships. I need a bank that understands my business and is able to respond quickly and creatively to the needs of my company. Cornerstone has been a valuable business partner and has helped me grow my company and seize opportunities as I come across them. Whether it's providing a line of credit or financing the acquisition of equipment or real estate, Cornerstone has been there for me every step of the way.
Thanks, Rick. Please visit cornerstonenb.com, or I invite you to give me a call at 847-654-3000 to explore a business banking partnership.
Equal Opportunity Lender, member FDIC.
I'm Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity. In a 2004 interview on the topic of his faith, Obama was asked for his definition of sin. He answered, being out of alignment with my values. Obama told us in 2004 he was his own God. Obama signaled his belief that he is above the law, but the GOP failed to call the question and amplify his answer. Recently, Hillary was asked by Charlie Rose if what she did regarding her private email server was wrong. Hillary answered, quote, well, it was wrong because look what it has generated. Wrong only exists for Hillary when an act jeopardizes her inextricably linked political and financial interests. Hillary has already amplified the message that she, too, is her own God. In 2016, then, the GOP would do well to call the question, if you don't want America to become an autocratic theocracy, then you probably shouldn't vote for someone who thinks they're God, right?
My name is David Hochberg, and I'm Vice President of Lending at Pearl Mortgage. If you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home, give me a call. Joyce called to lower her rate and pay her loan off in 27 years. I helped Joyce secure a 27-year fixed loan, saved her $45 a month, and paid all her closing costs. $45 a month might not sound like a lot, but Joyce will apply the savings to her new mortgage payment to pay her loan off in 25 years and save her over $20,000 in mortgage payments. I lowered Joyce's rate, payment, and saved her over $20,000 in mortgage payments. If you want to see if I can help you like I helped Joyce, give me a call at 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. I've helped thousands of AM560 listeners, but I can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage and Equal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage License D4358, RMLA, and MLS 19186.
AM 560, The Answer.
So what time are you going to pick me up? What time are you picking me up for the game tonight? You guys are on a roll, man. White Sox won last night. It's going to be big tonight.
Why don't you go with Jeff Friesman and his family as kind of like an honorary daughter for tonight's game after you've...
secured tickets for him for Wednesday.
Yeah, provided.
What did you do for him, Dan? What did you do for the boss, huh?
I come to work and give it 100% every day.
Oh, God.
I would say I give it 110%.
But
you can't. You can only give 100%. This is what 100% sounds like. Isn't that sad?
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Your work is stressful. Pressure, deadlines, and challenges can take a toll. Factor in caring for your elderly family member, and the struggle for life balance can be overwhelming. Enter Alliance Home Service. From your first meeting, you'll begin to achieve balance. As professionals, Alliance specializes in medical and non-medical care, including nursing. As a leading family alternative to nursing home and institutional care, they match a caregiver to your loved one, helping maintain a positive lifestyle for your entire family. Caregivers have the highest level of training and expertise. With highly competitive regular pricing and a special introductory rate, you'll experience the cost efficiency of in-home care and the level of care you'll expect from family. Schedule a no-obligation private care consultation and you'll receive a $50 restaurant.com gift card. Call founder and registered nurse Linda Weiler at 866-227-3459 or visit alliancecaregiver.com. That's 866-227-3459 or alliancecaregiver.com.
Hi, I'm Ken Pecco.
Hi, and I'm also Ken Pecco.
And we're from Combined Sales. For nearly 50 years, our family has served local businesses just like yours with quality paper, packaging, janitorial, and safety supplies.
We offer products your business can't live without and solutions you didn't know existed.
Like our managed vended inventory, which ensures you'll never run out of the important supplies needed to run your business.
Stretch film is an important supply. Bathroom tissue is an essential supply.
Combined Sales isn't a big box store or warehouse club. We have better customer service and we're competitively priced. You'll have an outside rep, an inside rep, a customer service rep, and a username and password. And that's my promise to you.
This month, Combined Sales is inviting all AM560 business owners to earn 5% in co-op reward dollars in all new orders for the first 3 months. Place a $500 order and receive a $50 co-op bonus. Request account set up with us at CombinedSales.com. That's CombinedSales.com and start earning today.
Come join the Combined Sales family.
Hey, you've heard me talking about my good friends at Guardian Security Services for a few months now. And if you haven't called them yet, what are you waiting for? If you're unhappy with your door staff or on-site security officers at your gated community or residential high-rise, man, don't tolerate it. And certainly don't renew your contract for 2017. Instead, get a quote from Guardian Security Services. I put my name behind these guys because I love them and I really trust them. They only assign the most professional, highly trained door staff and security officers in all of Chicagoland. Schedule a free security assessment with my friends at Guardian Security Services. Get a contract quote for next year. Right now, call 708-385-3300. That's 708-385-3300. Tell them me, Joe Walsh, sent you. Or go online at guardiansecurityinc.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
We'll also get to the socialists that spoke at the DNC last night and Bernie Sanders. That's at 6:06.
And later, our good friends Diamond and Silk will be here. Don't miss out. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan's Stevenson truck crash leaves one dead. Bruce Rauner mum on the Ron Sandak resignation. And the Cubs acquire Aroldis Chapman. WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
Fox News Radio, I'm Dave Anthony.
We need to pour every last ounce of our passion and our strength and our love for this country into electing Hillary Clinton.
First Lady Michelle Obama on the opening night of the Democratic Convention, where Bernie Sanders supporters were loud, cheering and chanting, at times booing Clinton's name amid big protests outside.
Can I just say to the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
Comedian Sarah Silverman. Sanders got a huge ovation when he took the stage, acknowledging his backers' disappointment.
I think it's fair to say that no one is more disappointed than I am.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers live at the convention in Philadelphia.
Well, Sanders says the fight for his ideals is not over, but he did send a message to his supporters.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight.
He said Donald Trump shouldn't be president. In a tweet, Trump said Sanders sold out, to which Sanders responded, never tweet, perhaps a nod to the Never Trump hashtag. Tonight, former President Bill Clinton will speak. But the big event, that roll call vote, that'll happen this evening, making Hillary Clinton the first woman to be nominated for president of a major political party, Dave.
Tony, the Democratic National Committee apologized to Sanders, calling inexcusable what was in leaked emails showing bias toward Clinton. Democrats claim Russian hackers got those emails made public by WikiLeaks, something Secretary of State John Kerry says he talked to his counterpart from Moscow about.
I raised the question, and we will continue to work to see precisely what those facts are.
A hostage taking at a church in France. It happened during Mass this morning. Two men slit a priest's throat, killing him, and they seriously injured another person until police shot and killed the attackers, rescuing three others who were held captive. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Mostly clear skies. We have 73 degrees and 6:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Mayor Rahm Emanuel's office says he'll be making an appearance this week at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia. He says to back Hillary Clinton, but Illinois Democratic leaders all this week are huddling up, considering who to send forward to challenge Governor Bruce Rauner in the next election. Senator Dick Durbin's name is coming up, and talk among the Illinois delegates at the party convention quickly shifted from Hillary Clinton to finding a suitable candidate for governor. A key legislative ally of Governor Rauner is explaining his abrupt decision to resign his seat in the Illinois House. AM 560's David Stewart has more.
Ron Sandak of Downers Grove has been a vocal supporter of Governor Rauner's turnaround agenda, and in that role he used Twitter and Facebook to underscore his views. The Chicago Tribune reports Sandak claims that several fake social media accounts were set up in his name recently, and he says he's been the victim of a robocall campaign accusing him of accosting a member of House Speaker Michael Madigan's staff. Sandak said that politics has gotten, quote, too ugly and has started to make his family uneasy, something he says they don't deserve. GOP leaders will pick his replacement. David Stewart, Chicago.
Governor Bruce Rauner renewing his call for term limits, says the General Assembly should vote on that idea in the fall. Former Chicago high school basketball standout who went on to play in college has been shot to death on the city's west side. Police spokesman Thomas Sweeney says Jonathan Mills suffered several gunshot wounds Monday afternoon and was pronounced dead at the scene. Ex-high school coach Howard Brown was devastated.
A great kid, great athlete, great person. And it's just unfortunate that such tragedies are continuing to happen in our community.
The 26-year-old played forward and center for North Lawndale College Prep, and he went on to play at the University of Southern Mississippi. White Sox beat the Cubs 5-4. Tyler Saladino with the game-ending RBI single after the Cubs acquire hard-throwing reliever Aroldis Chapman from the Yankees. The news, a service of Napa Auto Parts with more than 400,000 quality parts and over 90 years of experience. Napa can help you keep just about anything on the road. Stop by your local Napa Auto Parts store. Keep it running longer, stronger with Napa know-how. 6:04, time to check the climate of your business with aircomfort.com, providing the right climate for business since 1935. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Marxists, socialists, and communists forget the government doesn't have any money.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
Except money it took from someone who is producing money. Government creates no money. The only way the government has money is if it took it from one of us. And so the only way that it would have money to give these people is if it took more from the other people. Thus, Marxism, communism.
Dave Ramsey, weeknights starting at 7. Presented by Wintrust Community Bank on AM 560. The Answer.
It's National Make-A-Will Month at LegalZoom.com, so it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
Thousands of people are choosing the flexibility of working when they want, driving with Uber. You'll control your day, plus be able to start earning right away just by driving your own car.
I've got 2 kids. They're both in summer camp, and I'll drop them off. Then I turn on the Uber app, the ride requests come in, and I'm earning extra money. Working when I want, being my own boss, driving with Uber is definitely the best option for me.
Earn the extra money you need on your schedule. Get started today. Sign up right now. Go to uber.com/drive now. uber.com/drive now.
6:06 in our Guardian Security Services Traffic Center. Let's get the latest now with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. On the inbound Kennedy, traffic is jammed. Cumberland to Lawrence, where a crash has cleared, but it's 50 minutes from O'Hare to downtown. Outbound, it's 22 minutes. The Edens is fine still. Inbound Eisenhower, stop and go Wolf to First Avenue. 38 minutes. Thorndale to downtown, outbound 30. Stevenson is 40 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 5 to 34. Bryan, 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the merge. Bishop, 425. Traffic, service of Burger King's grilled dogs. Where are you going to get a delicious grilled hot dog? Your backyard? No, Burger King. Burger King grilled dogs are made with 100% beef. Flame grilled to perfection. Pick up a grilled dog today at participating Burger King restaurants. Flame grilling hot dogs since 2016. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. Here's our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
A full day of sunshine today, seasonably warm, high of 86. Tonight, clear and a bit more humid with a low 67. Humid with clouds and sun tomorrow, high of 88. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
70 at O'Hare, 65 in Aurora. Your next news update is at 6:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Get $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Call 866 for Feldco.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. You know, Amy, that the DNC leak thing is not over. People are still pouring through the first batch of 20,000 emails. Julian Assange from WikiLeaks said there is more to come. Others believe there is more to come. Including Donna Brazile The acting DNC chairman effectively, at this point, said there's more to come and issued this like categorical apology to Bernie Sanders for everything that was said and everything that we'll find out was said with forthcoming emails.
Right, and the most egregious thing that they said was they were talking about his faith, and if he's, really, he's Jewish, but he's not participating, and he's an atheist, and how that could bring them up several points.
How to undermine his statement of faith for political gain for Hillary. That's what it was. This is from the Tolerant Party. This is from the Enlightened Party. Here's another example. See this one? An email with Scott Comer, the finance chief of staff and LGBT finance director for the DNC, and Zachary Allen, one of the DNC's consultants, making fun of an executive assistant named LaQuina Gibson, making fun of her name. LaQuina is a name, Allen wrote to Comer in May of 2016. I'm sorry, boo. I hope you get a raise with this title. So,
and that was a person that's in charge of the LGBTQZ for the DNC?
Finance chief of staff and LGBT finance director for the DNC, Scott Comer, with a consultant named Zachary Allen.
That's pretty rude.
Again, if it was the RNC with those kind of exchanges, what would the reaction be? Well, just curious. I'd love to hear from some of our Democrat friends on that topic.
Julian Assange said that this is not a Russian hacker, that this is something else.
We have published 20,000 authentic documents from in the heart of the DNC, which is now turning convention upside down.
Julian Assange sounds...
He's in a closet in the Ecuadorian embassy in
Consulate,
London.
yeah.
Right.
He sounds strangely like Max Headroom. Are you sure that wasn't Max
I
Headroom?
don't hear. Then he said this.
Well, there's no proof of that whatsoever. We have not disclosed our source. And of course, this is a diversion that's being pushed by the Hillary Clinton campaign.
I mean, he's in charge of WikiLeaks, and he's published the 20,000 pages of emails.
Right.
And he said Russia had nothing to do with it.
Well, and here's the thing. That's a separate issue, and it can be looked into. And, oh, by the way, the FBI...
Oh, that's right. The FBI
has launched a probe.
Hey, here we go.
Oh.
They had 2-3 days off.
Come on,
and now
Jim
the FBI
Comey.
email branch is back at it again, this time looking at the leaked emails.
Come on, Jim Comey.
What?
Come on,
You
buddy.
want them to look at lone wolves? Maybe, homegrown terrorists? Or do you want them to look at emails?
Look. Let's just all be friends here. The intense standard that Jim Comey established in the Hillary case, it clearly not met by the hackers. Let's just chalk up the hacking to extreme carelessness and move on. What do you say, Comey? So you got that going on. But you're right that this is, and Assange is right that this is spin that Robbie Mook, Hillary's campaign manager, and the Hillary campaign are trying to put out there to deflect attention away from the contents of those emails. And it's important to note, no one alleges that it was Russian hackers or any other hackers that actually wrote the emails.
Right.
And that's really the issue. And listen to, just to give you an example of the depths to which the D.C. press corps are going to try and flack for Hillary and her band of merry socialists. Well, not so merry last night. Reince Priebus on with Mrs. Alan Greenspan on NBC yesterday, tackling this issue, and Andrea Mitchell wishing that...
hoping among all hope. I saw this.
Wishing that the RNC would have been hacked, too.
Yeah.
Reince, the suspicion is that Russia, our adversary, is trying to tip the election in favor of Donald Trump.
Well, I don't understand where this. I mean, it's great spin, but the fact is the Russians didn't write the emails. The DNC wrote the emails, and they were the ones committing the fraud against Bernie Sanders. And we don't know. We'd like to know, where this evidence is that he has. So produce the evidence. But even if he is, the issue is that we're talking about is that the DNC was committing a fraud upon its own base and its own grassroots and its own delegates for an entire year.
Yeah, that is the issue.
Yeah. And who did start this narrative, this story that the Russians did it? I mean, then you have Julian Assange saying, no, it has nothing to do with Russian hackers.
Mook started it yesterday, Hillary's campaign manager.
Oh, that's right, when he was...
he was on with Jake Tapper.
Sources were telling him...
experts.
Experts, that's right there.
These unnamed experts and, Russian traffic and so on and so forth. and we're still waiting for them to prove up the evidence. But of course, the Washington Press Corps ran with this, conjecture and put the hypothetical to Reince and others if it was this, and then it brings in Trump's ties to Russia and Paul Manafort, his campaign managers, business interests in Ukraine. And there are business interests. There's money that Trump has raised from Russian investors for real estate development projects. There is business relationships and business that has been done by Paul Manafort in the Eastern Bloc. That there's no question about that. But that's still a far cry from saying Putin is putting his finger on trying to put his finger on the scales for Trump by dispatching hackers.
They're not even hackers. What I heard on MSNBC yesterday is that Putin, the former KGB agent, might be doing it himself. I mean, that's how crazy the left has gotten.
He's too busy wailing and riding shirtless on horse.
At some point in time, you got to put your shirt back on, buddy.
Yeah.
Just at some point in time, when you start losing it.
Well, we need to get to some of the other featured speakers from last night. We've tackled Michelle Obama.
We're not playing Cory Booker. That was just a train wreck. You didn't even need to listen to that. I listened to it for you, and it was very bizarre. It was, you know what it was? It was uncomfortable.
You know what it is? He so wanted to be Barack Obama in 2004 last night.
Oh, he so fell flat.
And you know what? I mean, I hate to break it to Cory. He's a smart guy, actually, but he just doesn't have the chops.
No.
Does not have the chops.
No.
By the way,
but that doesn't mean he can't hone his skills, but keep in mind he did save a woman from a burning building.
He's done. Actually, there's if you're a political
and a cat. He saved a cat from an apartment fire.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Meow.
Are you done with your Michael Winslow
well, I'm going to be a cat lady when my kids move out. I'm become a cat lady.
Yeah.
Or have I already become
sure
one?
Peyton and Eli can't wait to leave. So, just a quick aside, if you're a political aficionado.
Yes.
There is a great documentary about Cory Booker's first two elections running for.
Oh, really?
Running for mayor in Jersey. It's called Street Fight, and it's his campaign against Sharp James, the incumbent who later went to prison. And it's really about the first race. It's a documentary, and it's really about the first race he ran, where he was this upstart Stanford grad, moves back home, runs for mayor, corrupt community, and a destitute community that, of course, he was subsequently elected to preside over. But it's an interesting documentary. It's called Street Fight. If you're interested, just a little recommendation from Dan's bin over here. Eric and McHenry are in Chicago's Morning Answer.
As everyone's sitting here talking about the FBI investigating the Russians invading the DNC server, you got to think the DNC is a business. This is the biggest break-in since Watergate of a political party. If it was that easy for the DNC servers to be broken into, how can anyone with a straight face still think that Hillary's servers aren't sitting, on a flash drive somewhere in Russia?
Well, right. I mean, that actually has been posited, the idea that the Russians are kind of on all of Hillary's stuff because of the exposure she created with the private email server. I mean, that's a legitimate issue to raise, no question. Thanks for the call, Eric. So, and by the way, Cory Booker, mayor of Newark.
Yeah.
So anyway, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, who would you like?
Let's start with Pocahontas. I have one takeaway from her.
Hiawatha.
Huh.
Yeah.
She grew up in Oklahoma,
Yeah, I heard.
That's why she has some in Native American. But she did point out the fact that I agreed with her on one thing. There is going to be no wall.
Last week, Donald Trump spoke for more than an hour on the biggest stage he's ever had. But other than talking about building a stupid wall, which will never get built, other than that wall, did you hear any actual ideas? Did you hear even one solid proposal from Trump for increasing incomes or improving your kids' education or creating even one single good-paying job? Look, let's face it, Donald Trump has no real plans.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about the wall? Because you do need congressional approval to build the wall. You can't just say, I want a wall built, and then
Oh, right.
build a wall.
Oh, so you can't do things by executive order? Have you been paying attention the
Yeah.
last 7.5 years? And by the way, you don't think there's a majority support in Congress right now, as it's currently constituted,
For the wall?
for increased security on the southern border, whatever, in multiple forms that it could take?
But aren't most of the people that are here illegally have overstayed their visas? Isn't it 60% of those that are here illegally?
I think it's 40%.
40%.
But even if
But I know-
even if it was 60%, that's still millions that are not here on overstayed visas.
I could see building a wall in certain sections, and maybe near Ciudad Juarez, near Laredo, near Nogales, but between New Mexico and Mexico, there's a better use
Why?
of our resources because people don't cross there because there's no water source to sustain life.
Uh-huh.
They don't cross there.
So
They
what?
cross near San Diego and Tijuana and other places in Arizona, but
Well,
I don't know.
I don't understand why this isn't controversy. Explain to me what is the issue with a barrier along the all 1,800 miles of our southern border? What's the problem? I don't understand
Why
the
we
issue.
didn't build one before?
No, I don't understand why this is controversial. You can have a fair and sensible and welcoming immigration policy for people who want to come here to assimilate and build a better life for themselves and contribute to America, like we've always been, but also still have security along your borders so that you protect the sovereignty of your nation. Why is this in controversy? Because Donald Trump has demagogued it and said, it's going to be a big, beautiful wall with a big door and all these. I mean,
And Mexico's going to pay for it.
well, yeah, so what? But what is the controversy about the barrier? I don't
mean,
get it.
They have walls in place right now in the big cities that I'm talking about. There are barriers in place already.
What is the problem with having a barrier along every inch of the 1,800-mile southern border?
Well, if we're going to do it for Mexico, why don't we do it between us and Canada?
Because that's not a problem. That's why. I mean, do you not
Well,
see
the
it?
most
Do
one
you
I
not, do
lived
you
there,
not see
they
it?
would walk over, buy things, go to school, go to the hospital, then walk back.
Do you not see a difference between what's happening on our northern border, which is not much,
Not much.
and what's happening on our southern border? Not just Mexico, but gangbangers from Central America, MS-13, for example, telegraphing by terrorists that they will use our porous southern border to infiltrate this country. There's a difference.
5 Syrians were caught too.
So I'm
They're
still,
crossing over.
I honestly, I do not understand the antipathy to the idea of we're going to have a barrier on our southern border to protect our sovereignty. And then we're going to have sensible immigration policy. We're going to rethink how we do immigration. That's crazy talk. That's
Well, the left is
that's
painting it-
xenophobic.
The left is painting that as
Well,
racist.
the left is going to paint everything as racist. That's their only argument. They don't have an argument. They have name calling. Everything is racist and sexist and misogynistic and homophobic and blah, 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 blah. Who cares how the left characterizes it? The question is to the underlying substance. Explain to me what is the problem, the substantive problem with that policy proposal, because I don't see it. Maybe not in the form that Trump has offered it, and certainly not in the way he's presented it. But the underlying substance of a barrier along 1,800 miles of our southern border. Why is this controversial? Why is this complicated? You don't think we can do that? Of course we can do that. Of course we can do that. Let's go to Jason in Franklin Park.
The reason why they have a problem is just because why the liberals have a problem is they believe that there shouldn't be borders. There shouldn't be walls. Like Europe. Europe should be one big Europe. Everything should be one big world where everybody goes and comes as they please. Imagine.
Yeah, okay, John Lennon. Thanks for the call, Jason. I mean, that's part of it is that you have some open borders. I would be more amenable. I still think you need to protect your boundaries. You protect your property. And that's, the government's job as part of their national security responsibility. But I'd certainly be more open to this. I've said this before. Make it real simple. People respond to incentives. You waive off access to welfare state benefits, you get fast-tracked for admission because that tells me you're here to work. As long as you're also vetted so that it's clear you're not here to do immediate harm and perhaps take yourself out or other people out, and that's the only reason you're here. But if you're vetted and you waive and you can identify, the basic, name, rank, and serial number, as it were, and you waive off welfare state benefits, I mean, you're here to work and contribute. Okay, let's fast
Come
track
on
you.
over. That's a good idea.
George and Moni.
Hey, Dan, I'm confused. If a fence on the southern border is a bad idea, why is a fence around the Democratic National Convention?
That's a good question. Why is security perimeter at the DNC?
2 security perimeters.
Thanks for the call, George.
Yeah.
Racist. Why aren't you letting people in who want to come in?
Because they don't have a ticket.
Jerry and Homer
No
Glen.
ticky, no entry.
Good morning.
Nice. El D'Amato.
About,
Hey, Jerry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
about 10 years ago, Congress approved money for a border. So I got a feeling that they would do it again.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correctly, it was about 10 years ago, Congress already approved funding for a border wall.
Well,
and secondly,
go on.
real quick, if UK's breaking away for this very reason, they want their borders back.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for the call, Jerry.
Got a great text message. Hey, if they help build the wall, they get free health care and education. How about that? If they help build it.
By the way, I got a text from a female friend of mine after Elizabeth Warren was speaking, and I was at the Cub Sox game. She texted me, Elizabeth Warren is the reason I'm a Republican.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Plenty of sunshine today, a high of 86 degrees for tonight's second crosstown classic at the Cell. It's going to be nice. No rain in the forecast, clear, and a low of 67 degrees. And for tomorrow, warm and humid with some times of clouds and sun and a high of 88. Let's get the travel times. How's the Stevenson doing this morning? Here's Jim Telemonte.
Well, thanks, Amy. On the Stevenson right now, we see delays from Harlem to Kedzie, 45 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, and outbound it's 38 minutes now, so Kedzie to Cicero. Eden's 22 minutes, Lake Cook to the Junction, outbound 19, the Kennedy. Improving a bit after an earlier crash near Lawrence, it is 44 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 23. The Eisenhower, 38 minutes, Thorndale to the post office, outbound 31. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. Eastbound Adams Tollway stop and go from the Elgin Toll to 31 with a stall in the center lane. And it's slow from the Tri-State into the River Road Toll after that crash again near Lawrence. Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
If you could quickly and painlessly clear your psoriasis or vitiligo, would you?
No matter how big the psoriasis is, no matter how small the psoriasis, we can help you.
Ashley is a clinical specialist for X-Tract, the amazing in-office treatment for psoriasis and vitiligo that's clinically proven to show immediate results with up to 95% clearance.
What my patients love most about the X-Tract treatments is it's safe, it's FDA cleared, and they're seeing results very quickly.
End the embarrassing, painful patches and discoloration with X-Tract. There's no medications, no topical ointments, and virtually no side effects. X-Tract uses light to transform your skin and change your life. It's covered by all major insurances and Medicare, and will help you find a doctor close by.
I love what I do. I love coming in every day and making a difference in patients' lives. It's amazing.
Ireland.
X-Tract Clear.
Ireland.
800-978-3554. That's 800-978-3554. 800-978-3554. Or visit xtracradio.com. Qualified patients, certain restrictions apply.
I am so glad I did it. I'm just mad at myself for waiting so long. Hi, Amy Jacobson here for CertaPro Painters. You know, our front porch had chipping and peeling. It looked old and run down, but thanks to CertaPro Painters, it looks brand new again. And trust me, my neighbors are happy I did it. And you know, it's not too late to book that painting project. But don't wait. Be sure to get on CertaPro Painters' summer painting schedule today. Call 800-GO-CERTA or visit CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You know, CertaPro Painters will work around your busy schedule to get your home looking picture perfect for all your summer entertaining. That's why CertaPro Painters says we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Whether it's residential or commercial, interior or exterior, it's not too late to get that painting project off your to-do list. Call now, 1-800-GO-CERTA, 1-800-GOCERTA, or visit CertaPro.com today.
AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, so while the DNC was kickstarting their chaos over there in Philly, Trump was in Virginia.
Oh, yes, he was.
And it turns out Hillary has something in common with Jeb.
Her instincts are defective. But she's low energy. She actually is low energy.
Low energy.
Low energy, yeah.
She'll go home, she'll take a nap for 4 or 5 hours, then she'll come back. No naps for Trump. No nap. I don't take naps. We don't have time.
No naps
We
for
don't
Trump.
have time.
I thought of you and your little blanket taking a little nap on the couch.
This is almost like a presidential campaign impersonating SNL shorts. It's like remember the Bush Dukakis ones? Vote for Bush, he's taller. This is vote for Trump. No naps.
Don't vote for Trump. He'd take no nappy.
No naps for Trump.
Before you see it on TV, share it on Facebook, or read about it in the paper. Hear it here first. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Have you racked up more than $10,000 in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by, making minimum payments? You should know the credit card companies are tricking you into thinking there's no way out. Credit card companies would rather you didn't know that there are ways you can become debt-free and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. There are debt relief programs that help people like you escape overwhelming credit card debt. National Debt Relief has helped tens of thousands of people just like you reduce more than $500 million of debt. National Debt Relief has helped so many people they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. You don't have to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan. You have the right to settle your debt for a mere fraction of what you owe. Reduce a large portion of your debt now. Call National Debt Relief at 800-518-4020. 800-518-4020. 800-518-4020.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm telling you right now, it's awesome. I was trying to get my blood pressure regulated, okay? And after 3 days of taking this thing, my blood pressure went back down to normal. I am ecstatic. I am so happy with this stuff. It is my savior.
Well, I had back pain for the last 40 years. 4 days after I started taking this stuff, it's gone.
This was the first summer that I have not had to have a steroid shot to help me to breathe.
The reason why I'm taking it because I've got Hep C. Once I began taking your stuff, it took a few months, but believe it or not, my liver enzymes are way down and it's normal now. It works.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code Chicago.
AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, are we going to get to Bernie or not?
Yeah.
It was so boring, though. But
Excruciating. But he really whipped the kids into a frenzy with his call for a 21st century Glass-Steagall. Does anybody in the DNC Convention Center know what the hell he's talking about? I do, and we'll talk about it at 6:36.
But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
72 outside, sunshine, the Democratic National Convention heading into day 2. A very bumpy and raucous start yesterday. Not a lot of unity with Bernie Sanders supporters who frequently interrupted speeches on the convention's opening night. The senator himself urging full support for Hillary Clinton, but again, his supporters are not convinced.
I would really have to hear a stronger stance from Hillary on things like the TPP and corporate money and politics because, she's kind of the poster child for corporate greed and politics.
First Lady Michelle Obama also took the stage, calling Clinton steady and measured.
Only one person who I believe is truly qualified to be president of the United States, and that is our friend Hillary Clinton.
The heat has not stopped protests throughout the area, especially downtown in a spot known as Center City, where there have been demonstrations supporting Bernie Sanders. 19 are dead after a knife attack in Japan, 24 others wounded. Man went on a knife rampage at a facility for the disabled outside of Tokyo. French authorities say 2 attackers and 1 captive are dead following a hostage-taking in a church near the Normandy city of Rouen. 3,000 firefighters have a miserable task today as triple-digit temperatures are forecast and weigh heavily on efforts to try and snuff out a massive wildfire north of L.A. General Mills expanding a flour recall issued over a possible link to E. coli after 4 new illnesses were reported. It covers several varieties of Gold Medal and Signature Kitchens flour. Flour produced in Kansas City, Missouri is likely the source of that outbreak, which has sickened 46. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel making an appearance at this week's Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia, backing Hillary Clinton on Wednesday and Thursday. An attorney for Dennis Hastert is asking a judge to dismiss a lawsuit brought by a victim of sexual abuse seeking outstanding hush money payments from the now imprisoned former U.S. House Speaker. Sox over the Cubs 5-4 on a Tyler Saladino game-winning RBI single. The news service of Napa Auto Parts with more than 400,000 quality parts and over 90 years of experience. Napa can help you keep just about anything on the road. So stop by your local Napa Auto Parts store and keep it running longer, stronger with Napa know-how. 6:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Here Maps, the app that turns your phone into a car navigation system with offline maps and turn-by-turn guidance. Get it now at here.com/guide.
Maximize your home sale value with the negotiating and marketing skills that only Ed Lukasik Jr. can give you.
I'm Ed Lukasik Jr. of RE/MAX Professionals. Other real estate agents claim to sell your home in 29 days or they'll buy it from you or rent it out. They do that because they are not confident in their marketing plan. Selling your home that quick is not always the best plan to yield the most return on your home. That agent is leaving your money on the table.
Ed has more negotiating experience than most agents will have in their entire career.
When I list a home for my seller, I only represent the seller. I fight for the highest value and expertly negotiate on your behalf.
Ed has sold over 1,700 listings since 2008.
My online and mobile technologies to market your home drive buyer activity to your listing. Plus, my high volume of listings and buyer traffic equate to maximum exposure for the seller.
Call Ed Lukasik Jr. of RE/MAX Professionals, 630-679-5454, 630-679-5454. Sell your house with the professionals. RE/MAX Professionals.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Policy Institute, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
6:36, an update on your morning ride to work. Guardian Security Services Traffic Center time. Here's Jim.
Thanks, Mike. The Edens has eastbound spur delays past Waukegan Road. Then it's heavy Cicero to the junction. 23 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose. Southbound 20 to Kennedy. Much improved after a crash at Lawrence. It's 33 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 28. The Eisenhower, 52 minutes. Thorndale to the post office. 39 from Manheim. Outbound 34 to Thorndale. Mount Stevenson now 57 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 45. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 25 minutes, I-80 to the merge. Issue 422, northbound Tri-State. Stop and go from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis. The Reagan Tollway to the Grand Avenue curve. Traffic, service of CiCi's Pizza. Can you believe it? CiCi's now has 3 stuffed crust pizzas. Original pepperoni, new pretzel, new bacon stuff. Try them all and your other CiCi's favorites for just $5 and change. The CiCi's buffet just got better. Believe it. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. Seasonably warm. Plenty of sunshine today. High 86. 71 at O'Hare. Next news at 7. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Money Hour Radio Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 on AM 560 The Answer. Brought to you by Pearshale Financial Group.
Your money. Find out how to keep more of it and live debt-free. Tonight on The Dave Ramsey Show, starting at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
Dan and Amy. All right, so we've tackled Michelle Obama. We've tackled Elizabeth Warren. Now, the man of the hour, it's really his convention. And it is so far, Bernie Sanders.
I know, but Michelle Obama, she stole all of his attention, I thought, because I know you don't like her speech, but I'm saying the focus, she really killed it last night. She was the star, and Bernie was supposed to be the star, but the best part about Bernie's speech is the 3 minutes before when he got a standing ovation before he spoke.
Yeah. I mean,
that was it. Because then he started speaking and it was so boring and it's the same old spiel I've been hearing for, 9 months now?
Well, he's
over it.
He's a tired old communist. I mean, what do you expect from the guy?
How many times can you hear him say free college for everybody?
Yeah. And this is his closing crescendo because he walks out and you think, and maybe he thought he was there to accept the nomination. I'm surprised he didn't say, and on to November where me and, Pocahontas you just heard from are going to beat Trump.
Telling you, Hillary is not going to get a 3-minute standing ovation like he did.
She's probably going to be heckled. And also, no hint of cruise moment for Bernie Sanders.
No, he was all back in Hillary.
Text from 779. Bernie gets cheated and still supports his party nominee. Cruz gets called names, refuses to support our nominee. This is why we keep losing elections. That is the opinion of many. Here's Bernie closing out his speech with the hat tip and the call for everyone to rally around the cackler.
I have known Hillary Clinton for 25 years. I remember her, as you do, as a great first lady who broke precedent in terms of the role that a first lady was supposed to play as she helped lead the fight for universal health care. I served with her in the United States Senate and know her as a fierce advocate for the rights of children, for women, and for the disabled.
Once they get out of the womb.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight. Thank you all very much.
And he didn't say God bless you or God bless America because according to the DNC, he's actually an atheist.
Oh, that's why he forgot to do that. But he did remind people, here's his call to action, that you need to support Hillary. Why? Because of the Supreme Court nominees.
If you think you can sit it out, take a moment to think about the Supreme Court justices that Donald Trump would nominate.
And that's another reason why he's encouraging his followers, because really they are followers, to vote for Hillary Clinton.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think he's finding out that some of them aren't followers. They like Bernie, but they're not necessarily going to follow what Bernie says in terms of rallying around Hillary. Thus all of the Never Hillary protests, the lock her up chants all over Philadelphia yesterday. So Bernie might not have as much control over his voters as he thinks he does. It's the usual hubris of politicians. If somebody voted for me, then they're just going to do whatever I tell them to do. No, actually, they could see you just as a vehicle for something. You're a vehicle to be opposed to Hillary Clinton and to, for all the other free socialist nonsense that you talk about. But to the extent that you stop being a vehicle for who you said you would be, what you said you would do, well, then I'm done with you. I'm not necessarily going to listen to you. So he's a little bit of presumptuousness on Bernie's part, too. But, I mean, he really, nothing whips millennials into a frenzy. Like invoking Glass-Steagall and the need for a 21st century Glass-Steagall.
And they're like, are we supposed to clap?
What is that? That's a good thing. I wish. I mean, this is where you have to do the kind of man on the street or man in the convention center. I want somebody to tell me, give me one provision in the Trans-Pacific Partnership, other than I know it's bad because I keep hearing it's bad and we're supposed to clap. Yeah, Donald Trump or Bernie, they have the same position.
Yeah, they do.
Or tell me what Glass-Steagall was and why we need a 21st Glass-Steagall. Give me even
the Banking Act, right?
Give me even the topic area. Even if you got Banking Act right, I would be impressed by anybody in the convention center who's all whipped into a lather over Bernie Sanders. I mean, it's comical. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Of course, starting with the guy they voted for, Bernie Sanders. Joe on the South Side, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Yeah, I was calling saying you want to keep the northern borders open because you want to stop the Hollywood actors, our enlightened actors, from leaving the country after Trump gets elected president.
Yeah, right. Thanks for the call, Joe.
That
Right.
list. Whoopi Goldberg, Rosie O'Donnell.
I mean, it's just a stone's
They're all
throw
gonna
from
leave.
it's a stone's throw from Torch Lake to Canada for Michael Moore. We can't
Yeah.
lose our national treasure, Michael Moore.
Michael Moore.
Mike on the north side. You're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Good morning. First off, I want to say God bless America and God bless your listeners.
Thank you.
Unlike the Democrats, I still believe in God and the United States. Second of all, I hear the First Lady of the United States talk about what she believes. She believed that Blagojevich would be a good governor. She believed her husband was the most qualified. She believed they would have got that car loan without her friend co-signing. She believed they would have got the mortgage without Tony Resco. I mean, I don't care what this woman believes in her fantasy world. That's not what you base your votes on. I believe I'd like to see her dress up one night without putting on the silver eyeshadow and looking like a big transvestite.
Thanks for that call, Mike. Yeah, and nobody's off limits here, and we criticize the appearance of a Chris Christie, and it's deserved. And
His
so-
shrinking appearance.
Well, no, the
actually.
physical appearance.
Physical.
You know, every politician should be ridiculed. Every politician should be ridiculed to remind people that they are not our betters. They are just temporary representatives. So, open season on politicians always, all across the ideological spectrum, both parties. It gives us a good sense of proportion with respect to them, because otherwise you get wooed by lines like this from Michelle Obama.
I want a president with a record of public service, someone whose life's work shows our children that we don't chase fame and fortune for ourselves. We fight to give everyone a chance to succeed.
Who the hell is she talking about? It's not Hillary Clinton. Don't chase fame and fortune for ourselves. Is that the Hillary Clinton record? The selfless public servant? Is that? I mean, come on.
Okay.
It's the old Buckley line. After listening to Michelle Obama, I needed to drop an ashtray on the ground to make sure gravity still existed.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
Plenty of sunshine today and humid, a high of 86 degrees. And tonight for the Crosstown Classic, the Deuce, when the Cubs beat the Sox at the Cell, you're going to have clear skies, Dan, and it's going to be around 67 degrees.
I've already got my broom out of the closet.
Oh,
Ready.
Okay, buddy. All right there, Pops. We'll see how that works out for you. And then tomorrow it's going to be warm and humid with some mostly sunny skies, a high of 88. Jim Telemonte, who are you rooting for?
White Sox always, Amy. Not
Very
even
nice.
any question. Come on now. You know by now. Yeah, we've got heavy delays right now on the eastbound Adams Tollway, I-90. It's just a mess from Randall Road to 31. There's a stalled dump truck in the center lane. It's got a brake lock, so we're waiting for a tow. It's a big delay. And then it's getting heavy as well close to the Kennedy. From the Tri-State to the River Road Toll, there was an earlier crash at Lawrence. Kennedy is 40 minutes, so O'Hare to downtown, 18 from Montrose, 15 in the Express. Outbound 35 minutes, downtown to O'Hare. The Edens is 25 minutes, Lake Hook to Montrose. Outbound 21, the Eisenhower. 56 minutes, Thorndale to the Loop. Outbound 39. The Stevenson is 57 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 45. The Ryan, a 30-minute drive from 95th to downtown. Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. Hamburger chain McDonald's growth is slowing down and new economic reports are teed up. Big news in the grocery business. Those stories and more next.
Bill Bennett here to tell you about Augusta Precious Metals. What if you...
Have you seen my Solo Tube? It's wonderful. It's natural lighting. It's better than a skylight, and it's so easy to get a Solo Tube. It really is the coolest and most affordable home improvement I've ever done, and in only 2 hours, it transformed the darkest room in my home. Now, I heard about Solo Tube and how this amazing technology was better than those traditional skylights that you know eventually are going to leak. So I spoke with Katie at Chicago Skylight Pros, Chicagoland's Solo Tube premier dealer, and what a great experience. The natural lighting looks beautiful, and my bathroom really seems so much larger, and it doesn't emit any heat. And it's so simple and inexpensive. Katie from Chicago Skylight Pros comes over, does a consultation. I picked out the Solotube system I wanted, and now I have natural light that brightens my home without tearing apart the roof. Again, I highly recommend you brighten your home or work space with natural light using Solotube daylighting systems. So call my friend Katie at Chicago Skylight Pros, a Solotube premier dealer, don't you know? Call Katie at 844-789-SHINE. Mention me and receive $75 off your first Solotube. That's 844-789-SHINE, or visit ChicagoSkylightPros.com. That's ChicagoSkylightPros.com to view the video and see the before and after pics. That's ChicagoSkylightPros.com.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. Hamburger chain McDonald's growth is slowing down, and new economic reports are teed up. Big news in the grocery business. Those stories and more next.
Bill Bennett here to tell you about Augusta Precious Metals.
If you're serious about
What if
selling
you
your
could
home,
store
now's
your
the time.
IRA or
Supply is low, and it's a
401k where
great
you
seller's
can
market.
see
And
in the form of physical gold and silver coins. I know I would, and you can't do that with stocks. With the Augusta Gold and Silver IRA, you can transfer retirement savings into physical coins and store them where you can actually see them. Free shipping, zero management fees, and Augusta pays all upfront costs. Getting started is absolutely free. Rated A+ with the Better Business Bureau, enjoys a 98% 5-star customer satisfaction rating with TrustLink.org. Trust Augusta. Call toll-free 1-855-222-6993 now for your free guide to Augusta Gold IRAs. Call toll-free 1-855-222-6993. That's 1-855-222-6993 or visit AugustaPreciousMetals.com.
Reports are due out this morning on consumer confidence. New home sales and consumer spending will provide some clues to the economic week ahead, and we'll update you on our midday report here on this radio station. McDonald's this morning will report that its growth has slowed due to a mix of factors. Despite earnings growth and healthy sales figures in recent quarters, the world's largest hamburger chain saw growth slow down in the second quarter. Analysts expect that increased sales from all-day breakfasts will slow in the current quarter. Grocery chains Stop and Shop, Food Lion, and Giant Foods have completed a $29 billion merger, creating the fourth largest grocer in the United States of America. Please join us for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern, live from the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia on the Fox Business Network. I'm Keith Peters for the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
If you're serious about selling your home, now's the time. Supply is low, and it's a great seller's market in many Chicagoland neighborhoods. This is Michael Medved, and I've done some research, and along with my Salem radio colleagues Mike Gallagher and Dennis Prager, we all recommend that you call Saul. Saul Z and the Z team are so good that if they don't sell your home in 59 days, they'll sell it for free, guaranteed. Saul is ranked 106 out of 1.2 million agents by the Wall Street Journal. His proven marketing system is so effective that he sells on average a home every single day. Now, he does it by attracting multiple full-price offers that increase demand and help sell your home fast and at the highest price. It's a no-brainer. If I were selling a home in Chicagoland, I'd call Saul. Go online to callsaul.net. That's callsaul, S-A-U-L.net. Or call Saul now at 888-346-0666. That's callsaul.net or 888-346-0666. You'd better call Saul.
AM 560, The Answer.
All right, Amy, I've got another instant classic from Hank Johnson. He's the Democrat congressman from Georgia. You may remember Hank Johnson from such forays as Guam and Planned Parenthood videos. Well, listen to this. And by the way, this is specifically for our Jewish friends and the 70% of Jews who support the Democrat Party religiously. Member of the House Armed Services Committee, Congressman Hank Johnson, Democrat from Georgia, launched into a tirade against Israel and its policies toward the Palestinians, comparing Jewish people who live in disputed territories to termites that destroy homes. Johnson also compared the Israeli defense minister to Donald Trump. This is quoting Johnson, there has been a steady stream, almost like termites can get into a residence and eat before you know that you've been eaten up and you fall in on yourself. There's been settlement activity that has marched forward with impunity and at an ever-increasing rate to the point where it has become alarming. This is Johnson at an event sponsored by the U.S. Campaign to End the Israeli Occupation, which is an anti-Israeli organization that supports boycott and divestment of Israel. That's Hank Johnson.
Is this the same one who thought Guam was going to tip over?
I'm so glad you mentioned that.
Island that at its this is a island that at its widest level is 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other.
Riveting, Hank Johnson.
Is that correct?
He's talking to the
I don't
commander
have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and
Small.
about 24
This is Admiral Willard,
miles,
the
if I
commander of
recall,
the Pacific
long.
Fleet of our U.S. Navy that he's
So
talking.
24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest
Yeah, wait for it.
place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
Yeah.
We don't anticipate that.
To locate two.
What was his facial reaction to that?
This is how good Admiral Willard is. This is how good our military is. Responding to the concern of Hank Johnson after that torturous review of the geographical dimensions of the island of Guam.
24, how wide was it and long? Oh my God.
The proposal was to station a couple of thousand more U.S. military on the island of Guam.
Right, and he was afraid it would tip over.
He is afraid that the island would capsize because apparently Hank Johnson thinks that the island of Guam is just land that is floating on top of the water, a little strip of land floating on top of the water.
Like a little raft in a lake.
So that's one instant classic from this anti-Semitic moron. Here's Hank Johnson during the Planned Parenthood video matter. Remember that?
I don't think I remember that. I can't wait to hear it.
Hank Johnson interrogating someone over the videos, the undercover videos into the Planned Parenthood illegal sale of baby body parts. Hank Johnson questioning one of the representatives on the videos. Listen to Hank Johnson again, your Democrat anti-Semite from Georgia.
You want this committee to accept your opinions about some edited videos that you this is a show trial.
I am testifying based upon the videos.
Some unedited. So you're not testifying on unedited videos. You're testifying based on edited videos. And
just for my clarity, has the gentleman seen all the unedited videos himself?
No, I have not.
No, he's still. But of course, he's still trash.
I've not even seen the edited videos.
See, none of the videos that I'm grilling you about. This is Hank Johnson. This is the Democrat Party. And this is the response to Hank Johnson and the entire party is what you heard in the background there. Laughter, because these people are punchlines.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
The sounds of summer from your very own pool and spa is brought to you by All Seasons Pools, Spas, and Outdoor Living. All Seasons Pools and Spas begins from the ground up with creative custom design, expert pool construction, and hardscaping, and then finishes with complete maintenance and care, leaving you to enjoy the of summer. As you soak up the sun poolside, imagine a fire pit, outdoor kitchen, or pergola. All Seasons Pool and Spa will turn your boring backyard into a vacation paradise. No need to go off the deep end. Relax, knowing that for over 60 years, All Seasons Pools and Spas has been making a splash in your neighborhood. Visit their showroom and store for a complete selection of pool, spa, robotic pool cleaners, and premium barbecue and grill islands. A trained staff is on hand to provide water testing, salt and chlorine products, and advice for servicing your pool. All Seasons Pool and Spa and Outdoor Living, 135th Street in Orland Park, or resortlivingathome.com. That's resortlivingathome.com.
We're the 32-year-old company whose first employee and first client are still working together. Hi, Tom Sadeka, CEO of Precision Payroll of America. If you are like me and are listening to this station, chances are we hold some common values and truths we hold self-evident. That's the main reason Precision Payroll attracts great clients and great employees. Precision Payroll of America operates at the core with fundamental principles that drive our attitude and delivery of service. We work hard to provide the best in pricing and value. In addition, with our great team that has been with us a long time, you are ensured a lasting relationship with people who understand your needs and always stand ready to serve. What sets us apart is that we view what we do as a great opportunity to serve others in a professional and technical capacity while building long-lasting relationships. That's what we treasure. If this message hits home, please call me at 630-242-1507. That's 630-242-1507 or on the web at precisionpayroll.com.
Coming up on
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Can Trump win Pennsylvania? We'll ask Alexis Simendinger from RealClearPolitics.com at 7:07.
And the ladies are back, Diamond and Silk, 7:37. But now let's go back into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Partly sunny, 72, and Governor Bruce Rauner mum on the Sandak resignation. WIND Chicago News Time, 7 o'clock.
Fox News Radio, I'm Dave Anthony.
When we are indivisible, we are invincible.
Senator Cory Booker trying to unite Democrats. Elizabeth Warren said the alternative is Trump.
A man who has never sacrificed anything for anyone. A man who cares only for himself.
However, some Democrats booed when their candidate was mentioned.
Hillary Clinton and Tim Kaine want to build an economy that works for everyone.
Congresswoman Marcia Fudge interrupted by Bernie Sanders supporters.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
They later gave him a huge ovation when he took the stage to close out the opening night of the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia, where Fox's Tanya J. Powers is live.
Well, Sanders made it clear he wanted his supporters to rally behind Hillary Clinton, and he had a warning for the ones who were still angry over that DNC email leak.
If you don't believe that this election is important, if you think you can sit it out, take a moment to think about the Supreme Court justices that Donald Trump would nominate.
Now, what to watch tonight? Former President Bill Clinton will address the delegates, and there's that roll call vote, which will make Hillary Clinton the first woman from a major political party to win the nomination for president, Dave.
Tanya, Donald Trump says
Hillary Clinton knew what was going on. She knew everything that was going on. She knew it's a rigged system.
And the Republican nominee says some Bernie backers will back him. Another attack in France happened during a church mass this morning. Fox's Simon Owen live in our European bureau.
Dave, French officials saying an 84-year-old priest has been murdered inside a church in northern France. Police saying he was killed with a blade after two attackers took hostages. Those attackers later shot dead by police. French President François Hollande visiting the scene,
par deux terroristes se réclamant de Daesh,
linking the killing to ISIS and calling it a vile terrorist attack.
This is Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Partly sunny and 72 degrees. It's 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. A 6-year-old boy is dead following a crash in North Aurora. Two vehicles collided and rolled over last night on I-88 near Randall Road. Several others were hurt, including the child who later died at a nearby hospital. Lanes were shut down for hours. Two women remain hospitalized this morning after a building partially collapses on Chicago's west side. Victims were hit in the head with bricks that had fallen off a structure in the 700 block of South Kenneth. They were hospitalized in serious to critical condition. Mayor Rahm Emanuel makes an appearance at this week's Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia Wednesday and Thursday to back Hillary Clinton. Emanuel will not be speaking. Illinois Democrats are shifting away from Hillary Clinton talk to considering who could be a possible challenger to Governor Bruce Rauner in the next general election. That could be Illinois U.S. Senator Dick Durbin. Governor Bruce Rauner renewing his call for term limits and says the General Assembly should vote on the idea this fall. Rauner delivered that in a campaign-style speech to supporters yesterday here in Chicago. Former Chicago high school basketball standout who went on to play in college has been shot to death on the city's west side. Police say Jonathan Mills suffered gunshot wounds Monday afternoon. Ex-coach Howard Brown was devastated.
A great kid, great athlete, great person. And it's just unfortunate that such tragedies are continuing to happen in our community.
The 26-year-old played forward and center for the North Lawndale College Prep Club, leading them to a public league title in 2009. Sox over the Cubs 5-4. Tyler Saladino hit a game-ending RBI single in that Southside win. The news service of 7-Eleven. When you get an ice-cold Big Gulp, you'll get a free one-day Redbox movie rental this summer. Refreshing deal won't last long, only at 7-Eleven while supplies last, subject to additional terms. Charges apply for additional nights. 7:04, time to check the climate of your business with aircomfort.com, providing the right climate for business since 1935. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
It's National Make-A-Will Month at LegalZoom.com, so it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
Thousands of people are choosing the flexibility of working when they want, driving with Uber. You'll control your day, plus be able to start earning right away just by driving your own car.
I've got 2 kids. They're both in summer camp, and I'll drop them off. Then I turn on the Uber app, the ride requests come in, and I'm earning extra money. Working when I want, being my own boss. Driving with Uber is definitely the best option for me.
Earn the extra money you need on your schedule. Get started today. Sign up right now. Go to uber.com/drive now. uber.com/drive now.
Are you or someone you know facing foreclosure, losing the family home? You'd be not alone. See, people, we are in the aftermath of what is being revealed to have been the greatest financial crime spree in history, perpetrated by the Wall Street investment banks smuggling and packaging mortgages, and continuing this day by the mortgage servicers that service the mortgages. I'm Lou Bridges. I have a law firm I put together. We defend foreclosure actions. We help people do strategic defaults, short sales, and modifications that include restructuring. Call us for a free consultation. We'll tell you what to look for in hiring a foreclosure defense attorney. We'll tell you some of your options. We'll give you a free consultation. But whatever you do, people, never give up the land. Fight for truth and justice. You do that, and I guarantee you'll never be alone.
Call 224-513-1231 or visit FightIllinoisForeclosures.com. That's 224-513-1231 or FightIllinoisForeclosures.com. Get real answers from a real foreclosure defense law firm.
7:06 in our Guardian Security Services Traffic Center. Let's get the latest with Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Additional closures have just kicked in downtown for Lollapalooza setup. Columbus is now closed between Roosevelt and Monroe. Congress block between Michigan Avenue and Columbus. To go along with the closures of Balboa and Jackson, this will create additional congestion in the downtown area. The Edens is 30 minutes. Lake Cote de Montrose outbound 25. Kennedy holding it 40 minutes. O'Hare to downtown outbound 35. The Eisenhower's an hour and 10 minutes from Thorndale to downtown. 57 minutes from Manheim outbound 39 to Thorndale. Stevenson is 57 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive outbound 45. Ryan 30 minutes. 95th to downtown. Northbound Tri-States though 95th to 87th. Archer to the Hinsdale Oasis. And from the Reagan Tollway to Grand Avenue. Adams Tollway jammed. Randall to 31 with a stalled dump truck in the center lane. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the aircomfort.com Weather Center, here's our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
Sunshine today, high 86, clear and a bit more humid tonight with a low 67, then remaining humid tomorrow with clouds and sun, high 88. Humid at night with a shower or a thunderstorm in the area, otherwise partly cloudy with a low 66. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
72 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Get $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight. Thank you all very much.
To the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
In this election, there is only one person who I trust with that responsibility, and that is our friend Hillary Clinton.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Interesting to hear that from Michelle Obama last night. It wasn't so long ago that Michelle Obama said of Hillary Clinton, she can't run her house, she can't run the White House.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my head.
People are falling in line.
Yeah, the tune has changed, but not for the hardcore Bernie supporters. That was the drum circle all day in Philadelphia.
All day.
Yeah, that was not Republican delegates from last week. Those are the Bernie supporters.
No, but they stole our line, lock her up. And it was so funny because all of my liberal lady friends said, you guys were so mean and vicious and saying lock her up. Well, they are doing the same thing, and they did that yesterday. They infiltrated every cable news set. Anytime somebody was talking, Bernie Sanders supporters would go in behind the set and say, lock her up. And I mean, they made their rounds. They were very visible yesterday. And Bernie Sanders was so concerned at one point in time, according to ABC News, that he contacted Hillary's people and said, I don't know if I can control them. I'm trying. He sent out mass text messages and emails saying we need to consolidate and get behind Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was like a panic text. I don't know if you received it.
No, I'm not on the list.
Yeah,
but,
I'm on the list.
There is a interesting piece in National Review online today by Luke Thompson, and he makes this point. He writes, Hillary Clinton is the standard bearer of a party coalition explicitly constructed to not deny her access to the office she now seeks as its leader. Right? She's trying to hold together the Obama coalition that was constructed to defeat Hillary Clinton in 2008. She's become the face of the very amalgamation of groups that 8 years ago handed her the worst defeat of her career. At the same time, a significant portion of her former support has forsaken her party and turned against her personally with bristling hostility. Her former support forsaken the Democrat Party. That is a reference to essentially white, ethnic, working families in places like the exurbs and rural areas of Pennsylvania and Ohio and Wisconsin and Michigan and Iowa. And this is one of the mistakes that Republicans have been making for a long time. They missed President Obama explicitly jettisoning those populations from the Democrat coalition, and Mitt Romney was unable to embrace them. Well, Donald Trump has embraced them, and he's opened up a lead on Hillary Clinton. Well, for more on that and that analysis, we're joined by our friend Alexis Simendinger from RealClearPolitics.com, the White House correspondent for RealClearPolitics.com, for her analysis. Alexis, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. So what's the feeling after day one of the DNC in Philly?
Well, I think we noticed that in the Clinton campaign, there was a breathing of a sigh of relief that they got past a day that they thought could be, as you suggest, really divisive and undermining to the argument that Hillary Clinton wants to make the rest of the week with her surrogates. And, of course, the Democrats here have a big roster of these magnificent, orators, right? We know that we have in the Democratic Party elected officials, past presidents, the vice president, the running mate. We have Michelle Obama. So for those who were tuning in, there was quite a powerful group of speakers. And so the Clinton administration was so concerned, looking through the campaign, through the former officials who served Bill Clinton, that this would be really going off the rails in the first day. And by the end of the night, though, they seemed to get the train back on the track. And we know we're going to hear from Bill Clinton tonight, and we're going to get the roll call of states here in Philadelphia. That could be another moment where we'll see very upset Bernie Sanders supporters because they want to make a stand to underscore the number of delegate votes that they have. So we'll have another moment to see that today, and then after that, we'll move on.
Well, I don't know. I mean, because after Bill or before Bill Clinton speaks, you're going to have Michael Brown's mother speaking, Sandra Bland's mother speaking, Trayvon Martin's mom, and Eric Gardner's mom. And don't you think that'll rally up Bernie Sanders supporters again?
Well, we know that Secretary Clinton has campaigned with these mothers throughout the primary process, and she specifically wanted to invite them to begin to focus on something that helps the Democratic Party make a contrast, they feel, with Donald Trump's strong assertion at his Cleveland convention that he wants to be the law and order president. So in some ways, it's a similar message with a completely different prism. And that could be a very powerful beginning of the discussion, again, tonight, of where the policies begin to differ. And we started to hear Elizabeth Warren, who gave kind of for her, a pretty boring speech last evening, but she was trying to describe the policy differential. Now, granted, she has a really tough job going after speaking after Michelle Obama spoke. And, I was in the hall when Michelle Obama spoke, and she never mentioned Donald Trump's name, but the delegates there were just rapt. There was not, a person speaking over her. Everyone was listening very attentively. So that could have ended tonight, as far as some of those delegates were concerned.
Well, I'll tell you what, when Michael Brown's mother speaks, she may have Philadelphia police chanting "lock her up." But because that's not being well received in law enforcement circles, as you know, a strong rebuke from the president of the FOP in Philly for the lineup of speakers that Hillary has arranged on the topic of law and order specifically.
Right. Right. But I just want to underscore, this is not new for Secretary Clinton. She has been doing this, campaigning with these women, showing solidarity with the families. She doesn't do it at the expense of law enforcement. She has been arguing that the Democratic Party is supportive of both, and that this is not an either-or equation. But remember, the evening theme is about families and children. And so when they put the program together, the idea was that the evening would begin to pivot towards the policy contrast with Donald Trump when it comes to families and children. And the idea of what was happening in communities and urban environments, cities, big cities, where Hillary Clinton hopes to really pull in massive numbers of Democratic votes, it's a natural for her to return to that message.
Yeah, but she's alienating all these law enforcement officers, not only in Philly, but around the country.
Not her constituents, not part of her coalition.
Well, the Clintons have always, I covered Bill Clinton, and they had a whole part of the White House that was very animated to try to get law enforcement to court them. Rahm Emanuel was the aide under Bill Clinton at the time and was assigned to do that. It's always been a challenge for Democrats to reach out to law enforcement and, obviously security officers, military, and they tried to make that effort. But
it's very different. It's very different today than it was 20 years ago.
Very different.
Yeah,
and we could see the contrast with Donald Trump, who approached it in his Cleveland convention at a completely different way.
Yeah. One wild card here. One of the wild cards, perhaps, emails. So there was the dump of 20,000 emails, but that is not necessarily all that we're going to see. Even Donna Brazile said that yesterday in kind of her categorical and prospective apology to Bernie Sanders for the emails and some of the contents of those emails on religion and so forth. How concerned is Camp Hillary about more of these emails trickling out?
They're actually pretty certain that there will be more. They're betting that they might as well just assume that there is going to be more. Mm-hmm. And, what was so interesting here in Philadelphia was the Clinton campaign's pivot to this assertion that it's Donald Trump in cahoots with the Russians who are doing this. And that was kind of a jaw-dropping assertion from the campaign manager for Hillary Clinton, even before the convention got started. And they have continued to try to change the subject about, what this meant for the Democratic Party, to turn to talk about it as a security issue and try to assert that the release of the the leaking, the hacking itself, is evidence in some form that Donald Trump is very cozy with Vladimir Putin and the Russians. And, that to me was a really amazing switch to try to change the subject. I mean, I've seen a lot of spin in Washington. That's a unique element of it. And we could see some of the reporting start to try to run that to ground.
Yeah, but where's the attribution? I mean, where's the attribution? Who says, besides Robbie Mook, her Clinton spokesperson, who came up with this narrative about Russia being the hackers? Because Julian Assange was interviewed, and he said Russia has nothing to do with it.
Right. Donald Trump has, of course, denied this. The reporting that tenuously allowed the campaign to assert this had to do with where the original hacking actors were in Russia and the Russian government's involvement in this, and some of the hacking that had taken place separate and apart from the DNC. And the New York Times, David Sanger, has done a lot of reporting on this, not the linkage to the DNC, but the actual effort on the part of Russia to do this. And I might point out the New York Times has made clear to point out that the United States does this too. So just in terms of international intrigue and hacking and trying to break into information systems, that was not a news story. It was a linkage that has not been established that the New York Times itself was also trying to run down, trying to say, where is the evidence of this? And there is no evidence of this.
All right. She is Alexis Simendinger, the White House correspondent for Real Clear Politics, realclearpolitics.com. Alexis, thanks again for joining us. Appreciate it.
Have a great week. Thanks for inviting me.
Enjoy the convention.
And she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Plenty of sunshine today, seasonably warm, a high of 86 degrees. Tonight for the Cubs-Sox game, it's going to be clear when those Cubs win and put the White Sox in their place. We're going to have a low of 67 degrees. And tomorrow, warm and humid, no rain in the forecast, so that's good, a high in the upper 80s. Any high travel times? Here's Jim Telemonte.
Yes, Amy. Eastbound Adams Tollway, just a mess from Randall Road to 31. A stalled dump truck just cleared. And then it's slow Barrington Road to Meacham with another stall in the right lane. Northbound Tri-State, stop and go 111th to 47th with a crash on the left side. Then from the Reagan Tollway to Grand Avenue. The Reagan Tollway slow from the Aurora Toll to Eola and Highland to the Tri-State. Veterans Memorial, Fountain to 63rd. Finley to St. Charles, really heavy. And Army Trail to Lake. The Edens is 30 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 31. The Kennedy, 40 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 38. The Ike, an hour and 6 minutes. Thorndale to downtown, outbound 40 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 3 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan jammed in the locals from 95th to the Skyway. There's a 6-car crash there. Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Policy Institute, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
A couple years ago, I had a severe accident which disabled my right hand and caused chronic pain and complete suffering. It took many years before really we figured out exactly what it was or how to treat it. My whole goal was I did not want to be on high levels of pain medicine. After some time, I went to see Dr. Kenneth Candido to try to figure out the source of the pain and a solution and how to solve it. He listens. I'm going to cry because it's so real. I've been through so much, and he wants to help his patients, and he He's there for me whenever I need him.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. I have a simple message for you. If you or someone you love or someone you know has chronic pain, contact us. Treating chronic pain issues is what we do. We can make it better. Get an appointment and let's talk. MyPainChicago.com, MyPainChicago.com. All the info is available at MyPainChicago.com. Let's make you pain-free.
AM 560, The Answer.
You want more than just the headlines? Find out what's going on and what it means with me, Dennis Prager, this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy just updating a couple of terrorist attacks. The German bomber, one of the attacks in Germany over the weekend. This is the Syrian refugee who blew himself up outside a music festival. Well, he left a video pledge to ISIS behind. So there you go in terms of Syrian refugees who this Syrian refugee denied asylum in Germany, blows himself up, injuring 12 outside a music festival, left a video pledging fealty to ISIS. So
and didn't he blow
factor
him up
that
or
in.
focus on that place because they wouldn't let him into the music festival?
Yeah, I couldn't get it into the country or the festival. And then there's the story this morning, this attack in a church in northern France. Several hostages taken, a priest was murdered, and another person critically injured before attackers were shot by police. And now, this just coming over the transom, French President Francois Hollande saying the Islamic State was behind that church attack, the murder of a priest in Paris. So, just updating those matters as we contemplate the direction of this country as it pertains to national security, immigration policy, and so many other matters. Ralph,
I didn't hear about that last night during the DNC.
And you won't.
Not in Elizabeth Warren's speech, not in Bernie's speech, Michelle's, Cory Booker's, no.
No, I
never heard ISIS, never heard Islamic militants, never heard about terrorist attacks.
Well,
as if nothing's wrong.
Which night is Islamophobia night? The DNC.
That's not a night. I thought we had strange labels. Tonight is a lifetime of fighting for children and families.
Hey, Ralph, go ahead.
Yeah, every night is the Islamophobia night for the DNC. But having Michael Brown's any member of his family on stage is an affront to the police. It should be an affront to the police nationwide because it's perpetuating this myth, this lie that he was this gentle, I guess a gentle
gentle
burglar.
Giant.
Yeah, a gentle robber, I guess. And the fact that this whole hands up, don't shoot, what a load of baloney. It's a lie. And, as far as this hacking with the emails, and of course they want to pin it on Trump. They want to pin it on the Russians. Right. What we're all waiting to find out is that Trump is actually Blofeld, and he's in charge of the worldwide conspiracy to bring down all government.
All right. Thanks for the call, Ralph. Text from 847. Tonight's theme, Democrats, the party of thugs, petty criminals, and elites above the law.
I mean, and then look at Sandra Bland. I know she's from Naperville. Her mom, Genevieve Reedville, will be speaking, and she wasn't compliant. The video of her smoking a cigarette in the cop's face. He's like, put the cigarette out. I don't want to. And she had all that attitude. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be bizarre, and I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to be forced to watch because I want to see what Michael Brown's mom has to say.
Maybe Bill Clinton will give you a shout out. All you ladies out there, this one's for you.
By the way, rotating ladies last night. People that were sitting next to Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
Tony Preckwinkle, our very own Cook County's finest, sitting next to him.
Cook County's finest.
Just that was being sarcastic.
Yeah, that's a real statement on Cook County.
Cecile Richards was 3 seats away. Then she went to 2. Then she got the main slot. The inside lane.
Everybody gets turned with Slick Willie. Yeah, Tony.
Why it's Tony Preckwinkle? That to me, that's a slap in the face to Rahm Emanuel. That's saying, Rahm, we're done with you. We are focusing now on the new mayor of the city of Chicago, and we want that to be Tony Preckwinkle.
Right. We need another SEIU hack in the mayor's office in Chicago. Mark in Des Plaines, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
By the way, that chick that was with Clinton, I think that's his girlfriend, wasn't it? Is that his girlfriend? I don't know.
Io.
But anyway, what I find interesting was the hate and the visceral nature of Warren's speech and of Bernie's speech were just like unbelievable. These are two old socialists who were proposing programs that'll take like 90% of our income in taxes. How would you like to make $100,000 a year and give $90,000 of it to the government and live on 10? That's what we're really looking at with these guys.
You should be honored to give that money to Elizabeth Warren, to let her do with it as she sees fit. Yeah. Honored, Mark.
I know. It's uncanny that they can do this stuff that hasn't worked for 150 years of trying in so many different countries. And they can propose this kind of stuff. It's nuts.
Thanks for the call, Mark. Kevin on the north side.
Yeah, I'm interested in how they're going to mix Michael Brown's mother and then have Cleopatra Pendleton up there, the professional grieving mother, the mother of the poor daughter who got shot in Chicago a few years ago.
She's not
And yet
speaking.
the murder rate in Chicago is up 50% since her daughter died. They've done nothing about it.
Yeah.
In fact, it's gotten that much worse.
All right. Thanks for the call, Kevin.
Just so you know, she's not speaking tonight.
Right, because her daughter was an actual victim. So, the representative speaking, like Michael Brown,
Trayvon Martin's mom, Sandra Bland's mom, Eric Gardner's mom. Eric Gardner, I think.
Eric Gardner.
That was sad.
I actually have a
That
problem with that case, too.
Yeah.
It was over cigarettes without a tax stamp on it. Yes, he should have complied, but the response,
the response was disgusting. He had a heart attack and nobody helped him.
I know that the officers were cleared there, no charges, but the Eric Garner case I do have a problem with, too. Cindy and Joliet.
Hey, good morning, Dan. Good morning, Amy. Dan, you're going to know the answer to this. How much does it cost to sit next to Bill Clinton at the DNC?
All right, let's see. I got to prorate how much it cost to rent out the Lincoln bedroom back when he was president. So let's call that $250 plus inflation. I don't know. Probably in for half a yard, maybe $500.
I was thinking with at least four figures, like at least $1 grand.
Well, plus the $1 million contribution to the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah.
Probably when Hillary speaks, it's going to be up to $5 grand, and it all goes to the foundation. That's for the children. I want you to know that. So don't be confused.
Thanks, Cindy.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Are you or someone you know facing foreclosure? Losing the family home? Well, you'd be not alone, so please listen to this. There are a lot of issues in a foreclosure, legal issues, factual issues. Dozens so far, and more coming to light every day. You see, people, we are in the aftermath of what will go down in history as the greatest financial crime in history, from which a lot of people profited immensely. And these people did not always do things entirely legally. That is a foregone conclusion. I'm Lou Bridges. I put together a law firm dedicated to foreclosure defense and to avoiding foreclosure by working with the banks, based on a thorough examination and analysis of all the potential issues and questions. And we have surrounded ourselves with people equally committed to this pursuit of justice.
Call 224-513-1231. That's 224-513-1231. Or visit FightIllinoisForeclosures.com. That's FightIllinoisForeclosures.com. Get real answers from a real foreclosure defense firm and discover the legal tools at your disposal.
No matter what type of business you're in, having a strong business banking partnership can help your bottom line. I'm Jeff Boundy, president of Cornerstone National Bank and Trust Company. We strongly believe that trust, service, and relationship are the cornerstone of a successful business banking partnership.
Customers like Robert Weissite of Robert C. Weissite Company agree.
I appreciate the depth of experience my Cornerstone banker brings to the table. Last June, we located a building we wanted to buy for expansion. My Cornerstone banker walked me through everything I could expect to face in advance, from the letter of intent all the way through the day of closing. It went very smooth and predictably and with low stress. He had been through this type of transaction many times, and his years of experience helped me make my purchasing experience predictable, efficient, and successful. Thanks, Bob. Please visit cornerstonenb.com, or I invite you to give me a call at 847-654-3000 to explore a business banking partnership.
Equal Opportunity Lender. Member FDIC.
Yes.
Yeah, I just figured out why they sat Preckwinkle next to Bill Clinton.
Why?
That's one way to make sure he keeps his hands to himself.
Hey, Hey, there's a great reason why nearly every AM 560 host endorses this product, MyPillow. because it is the best. Even the National Sleep Foundation agrees that Made in America MyPillow is in a class all by itself because they made it their official pillow. Hey, if you haven't bought one, you should. You'll sleep better, and it's good for your health. It's washable to remove that dead skin, dirt, skin oils, and dust mites that can cause allergies, acne, and asthma and make your pillow heavy. So you really deserve a washable MyPillow. It comes with a 10-year warranty, 60-day full money-back guarantee, and it's an excellent health investment. So visit MyPillow.com, type Amy in the promo code so I can get some credit, and you'll get 2 MyPillows for the price of 1. Give one as a gift, keep the other for yourself, or just use both, but do it now. 800-489-0201 or online at MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
AM 560, The Answer.
And coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer,
the premier ladies of punditry, Diamond and Silk, 737.
But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We have 74 degrees. The Democratic National Convention heading into day 2 after a bumpy start yesterday. Bernie Sanders supporters making it clear they will still back the Vermont senator and his message. Sanders backers frequently interrupted speeches on day 1 of the DNC, even as he called on them to get behind Hillary Clinton.
This election is about and must be about the needs of the American people and the kind of future we create for our children.
Sanders supporters causing more controversy at the Democratic National Convention. An American flag hard to find at the Wells Fargo Arena, but there were Palestinian flags put up by Bernie Sanders supporters during his speech. Donald Trump not impressed with Hillary Clinton's pick for her vice presidential running mate. Trump was at a town hall event in Roanoke, Virginia yesterday.
She's got bad judgment when it came to picking a vice presidential candidate for that side of the party.
Speaking in Virginia, the GOP presidential nominee says the former the Virginia senator is not popular in his own state. At least 19 are dead after a knife attack in Japan, 24 others wounded when a man wielding that knife went on a rampage at a facility for the disabled near Tokyo. French authorities say 2 attackers and 1 captive are dead following a hostage-taking in a church near the Normandy city of Rouen. The security officials say the attackers seized hostages and killed one of them by slitting his throat. A 6-year-old boy is dead following a crash in North Aurora. Several others hurt after 2 vehicles collided near I-88 and Randall Road. And 2 women remain hospitalized following a building collapse on Chicago's west side. Chicago sports last night, White Sox tripped up the Cubs 5-4 on a night that the Cubs acquire hard-throwing reliever Aroldis Chapman. The news service of 7-Eleven. Chill out this summer at 7-Eleven. When you get an ice-cold Big Gulp, you'll get a free one-day Redbox movie rental. This refreshing deal won't last long. It's only at 7-Eleven while supplies last, subject to additional terms. Charges apply for additional nights. A check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager believes we've hit a new low.
The corruption is so deep, and it is so painful to me as a lover of this country. There have been many politicians who have engaged in disrespectable, non-respectable dealings, but she's number 1. She's the lowest character candidate in American history. Here is the most interesting aspect of it. It doesn't bother any Democrat.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Your work is stressful. Pressure, deadlines, and challenges can take a toll. Factor in caring for your elderly family member, and the struggle for life balance can be overwhelming. Enter Alliance Home Service. From your first meeting, you'll begin to achieve balance. As professionals, Alliance specializes in medical and non-medical care, including nursing. As a leading family alternative to nursing home and institutional care, they match a caregiver to your loved one, helping maintain a positive lifestyle for your entire family. Caregivers have the highest level of training and expertise. With highly competitive regular pricing and a special introductory rate, you'll experience the cost efficiency of in-home care and the level of care you'll expect from family. Schedule a no-obligation private care consultation and you'll receive a $50 restaurant.com gift card. Call founder and registered nurse Linda Weiler at 866-227-3459 or visit alliancecaregiver.com. That's 866-227-3459 or alliancecaregiver.com.
7:37, Guardian Security Services Traffic Center time. Here's Jim.
Like the inbound Ryan, it's just a mess with a crash at Garfield. 2 right lanes are blocked, 6 cars, a bus, and a truck all involved. It's 35 minutes and rising from 95th to downtown. The Edens is 30 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 37. The Kennedy, 45 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 47 minutes. The Ike, an hour and 8 minutes, Thorndale to downtown, outbound 45 minutes. Stevenson, 55 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 45. Eastbound Adams Tollway, just a mess from Randall to 31 after a stall. And then stop and go Barrington Road to Meacham with a stall in the right lane. Traffic service of Aruba Tourism. How would you like one big, happier family? Take a break to Aruba. Voted one of the best family vacations in the Caribbean, with accommodations to fit every family size and budget. Check out all the happy deals and offers at Aruba.com. Aruba, one happy island. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the aircomfort.com Weather Center. Plenty of sunshine today, high 86. Clear and more humid overnight, low 67. 73 at O'Hare. Next news at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Empowered Investing, the show dedicated to investors. Heard Saturdays at noon right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, before you read about it on Facebook or Twitter, or hear about it from your friends, find out what today's big stories really mean with me, Sean Hannity, today at 2, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So the D.C. press corps is talking about how electric Michelle Obama was last night. You want to see electric? You should have been at the cell yesterday, because when Todd Frazier hit that lean over the center field wall off Jake Arrieta.
Was it 3-run homer?
3-run jack.
Oh, wow.
That place was up. That place, I haven't seen Comiskey Park, which I still call it, of course.
Because you're a nonconformist.
Out of respect for Bill Beck. I haven't seen a crowd like that at Comiskey since the
2005 World Series?
No, you can't compare it to World Series. But I would say since
ALCS?
The Sox-Twins one-game play-in game in 2008, where Jim Thome hit the homer, they won 1-0.
Oh, yeah, I remember that real well.
The blackout game.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
game,
sure. Yeah, so that's great. So
well, enjoy it while you can, because tonight's a new day, or today is a new day.
One down, 3 to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a sweep, but you said you got your broom out, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Getting ready to sweep the Cubs right back to the north side.
All righty then. Mm-hmm.
But we got some politics we have to take care of. And,
yes, we do.
I have been pining over the opportunity to hear from Diamond and Silk about both the RNC, and we missed them last week with ships passing in the night, and now after day one of the DNC, and we're fortunate to be joined by the lovely ladies of punditry, Diamond and Silk, host of The Viewer's View. Diamond and Silk, thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having us.
So let's start with last night, and which speech did you like the least?
You know I didn't like any of it.
You disliked it all equally. Yes.
I tuned it out because the Democrats are liars and they're biased. Mm-hmm. And you know what? They need to start packing some people up and jailing some folks.
Exactly.
For what happened with the email leak. So everything that they say goes out the window.
That's right.
Well, what about Michelle Obama? I mean, I'm a registered Republican, but I could appreciate Michelle Obama's comments. I thought she was great, and I thought she was wonderful and elegant and just powerful.
She was great. She was wonderful, but I don't like her. I don't like the way she pandered. When you say don't let nobody tell you America is not great, when I look around and see that we're $19 trillion in debt, people are unemployed, what's great about that?
Now, you guys are Reformed Democrats yourselves, right? So, I mean, are you still feeling like pangs of conscience when you watch the Democrats and say, I used to affiliate with this party? Are you ashamed of yourselves?
No, they're recovering Democrats.
When you know better, you do better. We know better, so we're doing better.
Exactly.
And that's what we're trying to get other people to see. Listen, Hillary Clinton can't lure us with a bottle of hot sauce and think we're going to vote for her. You're not going to be able to do the nay-nay with us and go into black churches and sing the Negro spirituals and think we're going to jump on board. No, we're going to vote for the businessman.
That's right.
Now, what did you think of the socialists that spoke last night, and also Bernie Sanders.
Making the
Look, I'm going to be really honest with you. Ever since those emails leaked and that chairman have to go, nothing that they says makes sense. It's a bias. I feel like somebody was selected instead of elected, and they tried to take that from Bernie. And shame on Bernie. He done burned his own supporters.
He done
Get it
burnt
behind a
them.
crook. It's sad.
And what do that say to the supporters that paid over $185 million into his campaign that was rigged?
That's right.
And they knew all along it was rigged.
Yes.
Everything was rigged. Yes, and so their whole convention, whatever they're doing over there, it's just a setup. It's just you're just doing something for show because that's not real.
All right, so ladies, what did you think of Donald Trump's speech last Thursday, and did you get to meet him last week?
Well, first of all, we were at the convention. We set up in a box with the family, and we had a phenomenal time. He did a great job. That was the best speech because you know what he said? He is putting Americans first.
Now, Diamond and Silk, since you were with the family, I have to ask you this question. Is Eric Trump as pretty in person as he looks on TV?
Yes. They're all the boys are handsome.
They are very handsome.
Everybody are handsome. Yes.
So you sat in the box with the family?
Yes, we did.
Nice, ladies. Did you speak at all at the convention?
And throughout the convention, yes. And if you can go back, they got the shot somewhere.
Okay.
When Ted Cruz was on stage and when Donald Trump walked out, Donald Trump spotted us and he came and he gave us hugs and kisses. And they got it on TV, but you got to go look for it. I think C-SPAN may have it.
Wow.
And
They're famous.
And as you look forward to tonight's speeches from Bill Clinton, you know, he was the president once. And some other speakers, particularly as it relates to law enforcement and the Democrats continuing to kowtow to the Black Lives Matter movement. You have got Michael Brown's mother, for example, speaking tonight. How do you view that? How do you view kind of this seeming alignment, Republicans and Donald Trump with law enforcement, and Hillary Clinton and the Democrats with Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin families?
You know, I think that's a form, again, of pandering. And it's, they're being used.
That's right.
They're being used for the Clintons' political agenda.
That's right.
When I look at Bill Clinton, I remember NAFTA. Not only NAFTA, but the secret that nobody want to talk about, the black son that he has out there that nobody want to talk about.
What?
And now he want to act like he wants to help people or do things for people.
Wait, he has a black son, Bill Clinton?
Oh, Google it. Google it. And not only that, with the Black Lives Matter movement, not a movement, but now a mess. Just a pure mess that spills out that just shoot out rhetoric. And it's all propaganda and money. It's all propaganda and money. They're not interested in coming to the table to solve a problem. All they want to do is be out there in the streets fighting a problem.
Well,
and that's what turns people off.
Well, since we're delving into the realm of conspiracy theories, what about the conspiracy theory surrounding Donald Trump and the Russians?
That is not true. You know, that's what the Democrats do. They always got to try to blame something on Donald Trump. Don't blame Donald Trump because your hand got caught in the cookie jar.
That's right.
Some people should be fired. And you know what? They should go ahead and give it to Bernie, and Hillary should sit down.
That's right.
Oh, God. All right, back to Black Lives Matter. Do you think that because of all
Black
those...
Sons Matter?
Because of all
That's
those...
right. Bill Clinton, Black Son Matter. Google it.
Right.
And don't get mad at Diamond. Get mad at Google. They don't want to put that stuff on the internet.
I'm already mad at Google.
And are you ladies mad at BLM because they had all those marches, and the next thing you know, 5 police officers killed in Dallas, 3 in Baton Rouge?
Well, here's the deal. The same people that you march against is the same people that risked their lives and got killed to protect you. So here's the deal. When you got to come to the table, you can't be out there pumping your fist. The tables are not in the streets. The tables are on the inside. Come on the inside. You already have people here. Let's solve a problem.
That's
but
right.
see, if they solve the problem, that wouldn't be right because the money would dry up.
That's right.
This is all pure propaganda is what it is. And it irritates people when they go around and they do that.
That's right. And they need to stop voting for the same system that got them stuck there in the first place.
Because Bill Clinton was the one that signed that crime bill into place.
That's
a lot of the justice system, that way it's set up, is because of the Clintons. So why would you vote for the same system? Because that's right. Why would you vote for that same system?
All right, I'm going to go to Google now and learn more about Bill Clinton before he speaks at the convention tonight. Diamond and Silk, host of The Viewer's View. Ladies, thanks for joining us as always. Appreciate it.
Thank
you for having us.
Maybe we can get his son there before he speaks tonight. Like, honey, I have a surprise for you. Diamond and Silk, they joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
All right, we have to come back from the wilderness there with Diamond and Silk and conspiracy theories, which I do not abide.
I hope I don't have any kids I don't know about. That would be kind of hard. Forecast for today. We're going to have sunny skies, as you can see right now, and a high of 86 degrees tonight. Clear, a little humid for the Crosstown Classic. And for Wednesday, it's going to be warm and humid with some high clouds, no big deal, and a high of 88 degrees. Let's go to the roadways. Any surprises on the roadways, Jim Talamonte?
Yes, Amy, it is really heavy. Well, nothing as unusual as yours, if that happened to be true. But on the inbound Ryan, it had a vehicle crash involving at least 6 different vehicles, including an unoccupied bus near Garfield. That has cleared fairly quickly. It's still a little heavier than normal, though. 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. Outbound, it's clear. The Aiden's is 30 minutes, Lake Hook to the junction. Outbound 37. The Kennedy, now 57 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, much quicker in the Express. Outbound, it's an hour, downtown to O'Hare. The Eisenhower, an hour and 5 minutes. Thorndale to the post office. Outbound 45 minutes. The Stevenson, looking at 58 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Crash reported at County Line. Outbound 45 minutes. Heavy on the tollways, including the northbound Tri-State, from 115th to 47th, and from the Reagan Tollway to Grand Avenue and southbound. Very slow from 132 in Gurnee to 176. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
Hey, the rootin' tootin' timeless fun of the Old West is waiting for you and the kids at Donley's Wild West Town in nearby Union, Illinois. Wild West Town is a perfect day out for families with children ages 3 to 11. All rides and attractions are included in one low price. Pony rides, the Runaway Mine Car roller coaster, gold panning, which you could do for hours. There's a canoe ride and an awesome Wild West stunt show that are just some of the fun and hands-on activities that await you and the kids. So go to 560theanswer.com/wild for your discount coupons. Wild West Town is the perfect place for your child's birthday party, too. And grandparents, this is a great day out for you and the grandkids. You won't believe how much fun you will have. And guess what, grandparents? You receive free admission on Mondays and Tuesdays with a coupon from 560theanswer.com/wild. Wild West Town is located 45 minutes northwest of O'Hare Airport, just off I-90. So round up the gang and head out to Donley's Wild West Town in Union, Illinois.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
Have you been getting the runaround on a mortgage modification application? Underwater with your mortgage? Well, you'd be not alone. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of other people in the same boat with you. My name's Lou Bridges. My partner, Scott O, and I put together a law firm. One of the things we do is help people with modifications, only we don't just submit an application. Through proprietary software that we have access to, we determine what program or programs your loan is eligible for and what it would take to qualify you for those programs under the regulations. We work with our team of people, paralegals and clerks, and we put together everything, and then we submit the application for modification to the servicing bank. Only then we're not asking them, we're telling them this is the modification program our client has chosen from among those that we have confirmed they qualify for, their loan is eligible for under the regulations that you will give. And you must give because the net present value is far greater for the owner of the mortgage. So servicer, thank you for the modification. No more runarounds. Give us a call. We'll give you a free consultation.
224-513-1231.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up next, it's me, Mike Gallagher, right after Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560, The Answer.
Who sings this song? Or what song is this?
70s.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds like the 70s. So that's outside my core competency. I am an 80s music savant.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Eric, who sings this song?
I feel like a little bit.
Well, you're not Eric.
A little bit of disco.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sing a song.
Sing a song.
Oh
Then go
boy,
ahead.
is that pitchy?
Sing a song.
Oh my goodness, please. There are dogs congregating outside the studio. Please. A little local politics. You heard it
Yes.
here first on this show that Democrats were trying to get Dick Durbin to run for governor in 2018 against Governor Rauner.
Oh yeah.
And now
he was all in a tizzy. Remember that? He's like, I'm not running for governor. Leave me alone. And then yesterday they wanted to have him be in charge of the DNC.
Well, right.
And he said no to that.
But even before he was asked the question, we talked about it in this show.
Yeah, you had the inside scoop.
And for Democrats, it makes some sense because he would not have to give up his Senate seat to run.
Okay.
So there's little risk, and obviously he's been elected statewide 3 times now. For
Actually, no, 4.
96, 2002, 2000, 4 times. You're right. And
got the math right.
Very nice.
Don't tell anybody.
And then he would do all the bad stuff that Democrats in the General Assembly want to do, all the tax hiking and the profligate spending and the pension sweetening. And he could, kind of shuffle off into the great beyond because, I mean, he'll be in his 70 years old by the time 2018 rolls around.
Isn't he from Springfield?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So.
So now Durbin is being touted among the caucus, among the Illinois delegation that's in Philadelphia for the Democrat National Convention this week. He's one of the names being touted, and of course he's demurring right now, but he's not saying no. I'm focused on my job that people elected me to do, blah, blah, blah. Some other names surfacing. Alderman Ed Burke has an idea.
Not him.
No.
Okay.
Valerie Jarrett.
You know what? I heard that yesterday. I thought that was strange. She's going to need a job soon.
I think she'd be an exciting possibility, said the carnation bespeckled Ed Burke.
Didn't Obama wanted her to take his Senate seat? Remember?
That was the name that was rumored.
Yeah.
She's got a wealth of experience not only in the public sector but in the private sector. Oh yes. I think her links to the president, there's nobody closer to the president than she is. She has the ability to raise money, motivate women voters, blah, blah, blah. So there you go. There's what the Democrats have come up with. Dick Durbin, Valerie Jarrett, continuation of the same. That's what they want to do for Illinois. And they're plotting it already for 2018 because they look ahead. And Illinois Republicans, I mean, obviously Governor Rauner will be there to run for re-election. But in terms of preparing the landscape, winning elections in November as a springboard to the 2018 re-election, going to be mighty important. And the kind of getting together of what's happening underneath Governor Rauner needs to occur toot sweet, and just reintroducing a term limits proposal is not going to cut it.
You forgot somebody on the list.
Who?
Lisa Madigan. She was on the list that I saw yesterday.
Yeah, she of the 5 head. No, I didn't forget her, but as long as Mike Madigan is still speaker,
right?
She said she wouldn't run, and we know Lisa Madigan is nothing if not a woman of her word.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You've switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer. And now, a moment of objectivism with your Ron Brook and the Ayn Rand Institute.
Everyone from Hillary Clinton and Ted Cruz to Rob Lau and Angelina Jolie say they've been inspired by Ayn Rand's most famous novel, Atlas Shrugged. What's the appeal? Atlas Shrugged grapples with the fundamental questions of human existence, presenting radically new answers. Is the pursuit of profit a noble enterprise or the root of all evil? Is sexual passion an exalted spiritual virtue or a dirty animalistic vice? Is reason an absolute or is faith an alternative source of truth? These are just a few of the timeless questions Ayn Rand explores in Atlas Shrugged, and her thought-provoking answers and intriguing characters will have you turning the pages for more. Pick up a copy of Atlas Shrugged today and visit ARIradio.com to learn more about the ideas in Ayn Rand's masterwork. From the Ayn Rand Institute, I'm Yaron Brook.
This has been a moment of objectivism from the Ayn Rand Institute. To learn more, listen to the Yaron Brook Show, Saturdays at 4 on AM 560, and visit ARIradio.com.
Why are Ayn Rand's ideas so compelling? Her worldview, her philosophy, expressed dramatically in her novels Atlas Shrugged and The Fountainhead, embodies the ideals stated by the Founding Fathers in the Declaration of Independence and sets forth the requirements necessary to achieve a flourishing life. She called her philosophy objectivism and said it was a philosophy for living on Earth. Today, decades after her death, objectivism continues to stir debate and inspire passion for the spirit of individualism and the enduring American dream.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
If you think all banks are the same, it's time to think about Signature Bank Chicago. I'm Pete Olson, head of commercial banking at Signature Bank, where the people who own the bank operate the bank. Not in an abstract way, but in the same hands-on, personalized way that you run your business. We don't rely on a legion of business developers to find new relationships. We don't trust an outsourced phone bank to address your customer service needs, and we don't delegate decision-making to some anonymous credit committee that you'll never meet. We do everything we can to help you succeed, because if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. Call us today to see the Signature Bank difference.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. Learn more about turning your business vision into reality. Visit signature-bank.com. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Mike Rowe here for 1 hour. Today, Chuck is jogging in place to make a point about energy efficiency.
I thought I was training for a marathon.
He's been at it now for...
3 minutes.
And already he's wearing out.
I'm not.
Your heating and air conditioning systems are a lot like Chuck.
Warm yet somehow cool?
Wheezing, wasting energy, and probably headed for replacement.
You're talking about the air systems, right?
Sure, pal. Sure. Call 1 hour before it's too late.
Can you do the disclaimer for me?
Each independent franchise is licensed in its respective state or county.
Thanks.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Michelle Obama made both Amy and I cry, but for different reasons at 8:08.
But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
Amy and Dan, Governor Ronner mum on the Sandak resignation, and the Cubs acquire Aroldis Chapman from the Yankees. WIND Chicago News Time, 8 o'clock.
Fox News Radio, I'm Dave Anthony.
Don't let anyone ever tell you that this country isn't great. That somehow we need to make it great again.
First Lady Michelle Obama giving her full support to Hillary Clinton. So did Elizabeth Warren, saying a President Trump would pit
whites against blacks and Latinos, Christians against Muslims and Jews, straight against gay, everyone against immigrants.
Now, all Democrats are not yet on board. Bernie Sanders supporters protested outside and chanted inside, giving him a loud ovation as he closed out the opening night of the Democratic Convention. Fox's Tanya J. Powers live in Philadelphia.
Dave, that applause lasted 3 minutes. Sanders, who was emotional at times, pointed out key differences between the candidates urging party unity.
While Donald Trump is busy insulting one group after another, Hillary Clinton understands that our diversity is one of our greatest strengths.
Tonight, the roll call for delegates is to announce their choice. That will make Hillary Clinton the first woman from a major political party to win the nomination for president, Dave.
And Tanya, Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, says he's trying to win over Sanders supporters. ISIS is taking credit for the attack on a Catholic church in France during Mass this morning, saying its 2 soldiers stormed in, slit an 84-year-old priest's throat, killing him. They also injured another hostage before police killed them. France's president calls it a vile terrorist attack. This is the day after a man in Japan knifed 19 people to death at a facility for the mentally handicapped, then turned himself in, saying he wants all disabled people to die.
People living nearby expressing shock, and Japan's government calling it a tragedy. Police say the alleged killer recently wrote a letter to a Japanese politician declaring his intention to kill. He said he wanted to end people's suffering.
Fox's Alistair Wanklin in Tokyo. Fox News Radio, fair and balanced.
Partly sunny and 73 at 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. The Democratic National Convention heading into day 2. You will not hear from Mayor Rahm Emanuel today, although he will be attending the event tomorrow and on Thursday, he says, to support Hillary Clinton. Meantime, Illinois Democratic leaders are huddling after endorsing Hillary Clinton for president. They're now trying to find a possible challenger to Governor Bruce Rauner. Among the names being considered in Philadelphia, Senator Dick Durbin. Cook County judge will hear arguments next month in a lawsuit brought by social service providers over the impact of the year-long state budget impasse. The group calls themselves Pay Illinois Now. In fact, an early education organization led by Governor Rauner's wife, Diana, is among the groups suing. A ranking Illinois Republican who resigned from the state legislature says he's filed police reports over fraudulent social media accounts that he says were set up in his name. Ron Sandak is a vocal floor leader for the GOP minority in the House, but says he decided to step down after fraudulent accounts were set up in recent weeks, and he says politics has become too ugly. Former Chicago high school basketball standout who went on to play on the next level, shot to death on the city's west side. Police tell us Jonathan Mills suffered several gunshot wounds Monday afternoon.
A great kid, great athlete, great person. And it's just unfortunate that such tragedies are continuing to happen in our community.
Ex-coach Howard Brown from North Lawndale College Prep. Chicago sports, White Sox over the Cubs 5-4. Your hero Tyler Saladino with a game-ending RBI single. Cubs acquire hard-throwing reliever Aroldis Chapman in a trade with the Yankees. The news, a service of Burger King's grilled dogs. Where are you going to get that delicious grilled hot dog? Your backyard? Nope. Burger King grilled hot dogs made with 100% beef, flame grilled to perfection. Pick up a grilled dog today at participating Burger King restaurants. Flame grilling hot dogs since 2016. 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. From the Fox Business Network and a service of Turnkey.pro, here's Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, Apple reports earnings after the Wall Street closed today. It's believed iPhone sales declined again as Apple customers wait for the launch of the iPhone 7 in September. Verizon Communications earnings in the recent quarter were down from a year ago, but not as weak as Wall Street predicted. The company says the wireline employees' strike did have an impact on its quarter. Sprint is reporting an increase in customers. Now it will likely raise prices. Sprint's been offering rates that are 50% lower than competitors. Sports clothing company Under Armour reported a weaker quarter, partially because of the Sports Authority bankruptcy and liquidation. And DuPont, the chemical company, reported higher earnings in its recent quarter. It was helped by stronger sales for its agriculture and nutrition products. DuPont is merging with Dow Chemical. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Did you know 40% of all cancer could be prevented? That's a fact. Along with maintaining appropriate body weight and regular exercise, the American Institute for Cancer Research and the USDA confirm that eating 9 to 11 servings of fruits and vegetables every day is the key. Now ask yourself, am I at risk? How many servings of fruits and vegetables did I eat today? Balance of Nature has solved this problem and provides an easy and affordable way to consume over 10 servings of 31 different whole fruits and vegetables every day.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Call now, 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
It's National Make a Will Month at LegalZoom.com, so it's time to take care of your will or trust. LegalZoom makes it easy. They're not a law firm, so there's no office visits or paying expensive hourly rates. Instead, you could save over $100 with LegalZoom's will or trust estate plan bundles. And if you don't know whether a will or trust is right for you, don't worry. You'll work with an independent attorney available in 48 states to get advice on what you need. Do the right thing this month at LegalZoom.com. LegalZoom.com.
Thousands of people are choosing the flexibility of working when they want, driving with Uber. You'll control your day, plus be able to start earning right away just by driving your own car.
I've got 2 kids. They're both in summer camp, and I'll drop them off. Then I turn on the Uber app, the ride requests come in, and I'm earning extra money. Working when I want, being my own boss. Driving with Uber is definitely the best option for me.
Earn the extra money you need on your schedule. Get started today. Sign up right now. Go to uber.com/drive now. uber.com/drive now.
8:07. Let's get an update on your ride to work. Guardian Security Services Traffic Center time. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The tri-state is very heavy southbound this morning from 132 to 176, and northbound it's clogged up from Cicero to the Hinsdale Oasis and from the Reagan Tollway to the Grand Avenue Curve. Adams Tollway stop and go 25 to Barrington Road and Elmhurst to Lee. Reagan Tollway slow 31 to Farnsworth and really slow Finley to the tri-state. Veterans Memorial from Boughton to the Reagan Tollway, Butterfield to St. Charles, and from the Army Trail toll to 290. The Edens is 26 minutes. Like Cook to Montrose outbound 41. The Kennedy 57 minutes. O'Hare to downtown outbound an hour. The Eisenhower is an hour and 20 minutes. Thorndale to the post office outbound an hour and 2 minutes. Stevenson 57 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive outbound 45 minutes. The Ryan is 30 minutes. 95th to downtown. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the AirComfort.com Weather Center. The latest with our meteorologist, Kevin Snyder.
A full day of sunshine today, seasonably warm, high of 86. Tonight, clear and a bit more humid with a low 67. Humid with clouds and sun tomorrow, high of 88. I'm Kevin Snyder on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 79 at O'Hare, 77 along Chicago's lakefront. Next news, 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
It's Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Get $1 installation on all windows, siding, and doors.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Good morning. Welcome to your Tuesday morning briefing. Here's what you need to know to start your day.
Hillary Clinton will make an outstanding president, and I am proud to stand with her tonight. Thank you all very much.
To the Bernie or bust people, you're being ridiculous.
In this election, there is only one person who I trust with that responsibility, and that is our friend Hillary Clinton.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good morning, Dan and Amy. So, are you ready to be shocked? You ready to be stunned?
Wait, you're taking me to the game tonight?
No, not that shocked.
But who's got my seat then? Who made the starting lineup?
White Sox fans. White Sox fans is who gets seats to White Sox games.
Well, excuse me.
Tickets that I control.
But I'm by baseball. I am by baseball. I'm a Cub Sox fan.
Yeah, well, when you decide to make an adult decision and pick a side.
Hey, I was raised watching both, but I do lean more toward the Cubs.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
That's probably why. That's how I'm going to process you rejecting
on
me.
The continuum of. So here's how I'm going to surprise you.
What?
As much as I tire, particularly in the late hour, I had to watch these speeches because I was at the Sox victory over the Cubs.
Okay, what was the score?
5-4.
And in people, if you're not watching us on the internet, Dan's got a White Sox hat on.
Yeah,
it's very exciting.
Yeah,
When they lose tonight,
you guys have your silly little W flags. I have a White Sox hat.
When you lose tonight, are you going to wear the hat again tomorrow?
I will wear the hat to celebrate tonight's victory as well.
Okay. We'll just see if you come in with that hat on.
So I had to watch all these speeches, these crusty old socialists yelling at me, like at 12:30 this morning. But there's something that Pocahontas said that I agree with.
What's that?
This.
So-called experts claim America is in trouble because both political parties in Washington refuse to compromise. Gridlock. That is just flat wrong. Washington works great for those at the top. When giant companies wanted more tax loopholes, Washington got it done. When huge energy companies wanted to tear up our environment, Washington got it done. When enormous Wall Street banks wanted new regulatory loopholes, Washington got it done. No gridlock there.
Yeah, so I don't agree with the last part about her, ridiculous characterizations of energy companies and Wall Street banks and so forth. But I do agree with the idea that gridlock is not the problem in D.C. How do you run up $20 trillion in debt and another $80 trillion in unfunded liabilities if nobody can agree to do anything. In point of fact, and this has been the case in Springfield for a long time as well, and of course we exported the Chicago Democrat model to D.C. for the last 8 years. In point of fact, the real problem is you have Republicans and Democrats that get together to do terrible things, conspire to enact horrible public policy, to spend money we don't have, to tax people at rates they can't afford, to deprive people of opportunity, to pick winners and losers, people coming together to encourage rent-seeking behavior by getting into the business of picking winners and losers for their own personal enrichment and political advancement. So that is real. And that's why actually you saw a sign yesterday that harkened back to a simpler time here in Illinois. I don't know if you saw it with the Bernie protesters.
What was it?
There was one sign that said, "It's not broken, it's fixed."
Oh, they did not.
Yeah. There's
Somebody
a sign
stole
of that.
your
Yeah,
line?
Yeah, somebody tweeted the picture. I saw it.
It's not broken, it's fixed.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my little contribution to Western civilization.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you put a patent on that?
No.
Oh, boy. What about
open
Tiny
source.
Dancer?
It's like Linux. Open source. That's the kind of guy I am. Tiny Dancer, also mine, but I'm happy to have it popularized by people that are much more important, have bigger platforms, the John Casses of the world, and other deeper thinkers, more people of more profile, a more respect in the journalistic community, the community of opinion leaders. So Elizabeth Warren is right about that.
Okay.
Pocahontas is actually right about that. She stumbled into an insight. Now, all of their prescriptions are wrong, but in terms of this idea that, oh, gosh, if, just sit around the table and hash it out. Well, that's simplistic thinking, and we hear that nonsense, bipartisan compromise, the siren song of bipartisan compromise. We hear it across the political spectrum. And so I want to point out that this was a matter where Pocahontas, Hiawatha, choose your descriptor, and I actually agree.
Well, someone who was partisan last night, Michelle Obama. She attacked Donald Trump, of course, without saying his name.
The issues a president faces are not black and white and cannot be boiled down to 140 characters. When you have the nuclear codes at your fingertips and the military in your command, you can't make snap decisions. You can't have a thin skin or a tendency to lash out.
No, you have to thoughtfully construct a policy of leading from behind so you can have success stories like Libya. Oh, boy. All right, for more on what's happening on the ground in Philly today, we're now joined by our friend Marianne Ahern, NBC5 political reporter.
She was at the RNC, and now she's at the DNC. She doesn't even stop to rest.
Now, where does she go from here? Are you going to the Libertarian Party convention or the Green Party convention from here?
I'm going to the beach, guys. I'm heading to the beach for sure.
There you go.
North Avenue Beach, but I'm resting up next week, let me tell you.
So are we? Do you think we're past most of the contentiousness that occurred yesterday, or is the vibe on the ground that we're going to see more of it today?
Well, we did think there was going to be more disruptions on the floor last night with Bernie. There were a few. I was on the floor when Michelle Obama gave her speech. Mm-hmm. The California delegation is right next to Illinois, and there's about 30 or so that were still kind of hooting and hollering even in the middle of the speech, and the folks from Illinois certainly did not appreciate that because they were still trying to do some Bernie rumbles. But overall, I think that somewhat fizzled out, but I still, let's see on Thursday night if the crowd is as energized as they were for Bernie, because, man, there's several protests for Bernie today in the street.
Yeah, and I don't think Hillary Clinton's going to get a 3-minute standing ovation like Bernie Sanders received last night. Do you?
You know what? Maybe they're going to, they're going to hand everybody Skittles or some kind of, Gatorade, something to rev them up before she gets out there. Because, wow, by Thursday, with the 95-degree heat, these folks are going to be spent. But I'm at the Illinois delegation breakfast this morning, and the interesting thing going on right now, we just saw Chris Kennedy kind of do a little audition for governor. He got up and gave a speech. Yeah,
really? What did he talk about, Marianne?
He did the whole, kind of the principles of the Democratic Party. Didn't want to, nothing too outlandish, but, talking about labor and, women, and, we're all hanging out here waiting for him to come out so that we can pepper him with some questions.
Why Dick Durbin is unqualified? Why Lisa Madigan's unqualified? Why Valerie Jarrett's unqualified? He's got a lot of people to wade through.
Yet. But Lisa also, took some questions, which isn't, yesterday she did kind of do the sneak out the side door, but today she did and was directly asked, are you interested? And she said, I'm not ruling out anything.
Oh.
Maybe I'm ruling out anything is what she absolutely said. Now, don't quote me exactly on if she used the word I in front of it. I think the word was anyone in that room is not ruling out anything.
Right. It's boy, I don't know what has become more of a laborious pastime, having to do the Chris Kennedy will he won't he every cycle, or the Lisa Madigan will she won't she every cycle.
Right. And then the other story I'm hearing out here is Michelle Obama, because some folks, thought it was great, wonder, even though she has said many, many times, not interested, no way, no how, would she run? Because it sure was a political speech last night.
That would be huge. But what about Valerie Jarrett?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, Valerie Jarrett? What are you
Valerie
hearing?
Jarrett. How about that one? Really? I mean, I did email her, and I got a, radio silence back. She certainly thought about it. She's definitely moving back to Chicago. But that's a pretty, hey, we've seen it before, Giant Leaps, but I don't know.
Hey,
that one's hard to figure.
How did Tony Prenkwinkle get the catbird seat there next to Bill Clinton?
I know. Yeah, we all just spoke to her. Well, if you recall, on March 15th, on the day of the primary, I thought it was just crazy wild. First of all, Illinois did not go for Hillary Clinton until almost midnight. Who would have thought that? Right. And Bill Clinton roamed around the south side of the city of Chicago like it was an election for student council. I mean, a former president was going from ward to ward, standing outside of polling places, trying to drum up support and get those people there. If that, the Bernie wave after Michigan, people, because of her, I'm convinced early voting had not happened. I'm not quite sure Illinois would have used them off for Hillary Clinton, because they were nervous, and they had Bill Clinton out there working those polling places. It was amazing that the poor guy had to go do that.
You know what was amazing? Your tweet yesterday at the Debbie Wasserman Schultz, when she was speaking in front of the Florida delegates, what happened? Did the Bernie protesters just storm the meeting, or what transpired?
No, some of them, yes, and some of them were just darn mad at the whole of the process. And you know what? Hey, politics, who was it? It's not a pretty process. And if anybody showed all of my emails someday, I'd probably be like, oops, darn, wish I hadn't said that.
Right.
But come on. Like, in this day and age, if you don't know that your emails are someday going to be read by somebody else, then you're really, not qualified to have a leadership position.
Now,
attacking him for his religion is nuts.
Yeah, true enough. Yesterday, about 2,000 people, it was reported, circled around Philadelphia City Hall and did their chanting and their protesting and so forth. Has there been any significant disruption to the point of police action, injuries, anything like that, or has it all been fairly peaceful?
Fairly peaceful. I think the difference between Cleveland and here, it was also a different style. The Cleveland convention was downtown, and there were concerns of violence downtown. This convention, the arena is out about 5 miles outside of the city, where they have all of their arenas, their football, their baseball, the basketball, and the hockey. So we're a little bit away from downtown. So people are going about their business, working, and all of that. Where in Cleveland, the town was shut down for the week. And so the Cleveland protest, there was this anxiousness, also the open carry law, all of that. Here, it's a little bit like Woodstock has a rock. It's
Sure.
a little more, the hippies are here.
Sure. Yeah, all right. Ponytails and Birkenstocks. We got it. Marianne Ahern, she is the NBC5 Chicago's political reporter. She is in Philadelphia for the convention after being in Cleveland for the RNC. Marianne, thanks so much for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Anytime. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Marianne. You're the best. I smell hemp. She joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Smell hemp and I smell a lot of BO. Nobody showers.
Wonder if those hug people are there. Give me a hug. Give me a shower, and I'll give you a hug tomorrow. Today it's going to be warm, plenty of sunshine, a high of 86 degrees tonight for the Crosstown Classic when the Cubs beat the White Sox to tie up the series. It's going to be clear and a low of 67 degrees. And for Wednesday, it's just gorgeous, another gorgeous day. No rain in the forecast, a high of 88. Anything nice on the roadways? Here's Jim Telemonte.
Well, traffic smells pretty bad on the southbound tri-state, Amy. Really heavy, 132 to 176, and then 280 before the Adams Tollway with a crash in the left lane. Northbound jammed, Cicero to the Hinsdale Oasis, the Reagan Tollway to the Grand Avenue Curve, and Balmoral to just past I-90. The Adams Tollway has slowed traffic, 25 to Barrington Road and Elmhurst to Lee. Reagan Tollway from the Aurora Toll to Eola. Finley to Highland and Roosevelt to the Tri-State. Veterans Memorial. Stop and go Boughton to the Reagan Tollway and Army Trail to 229 to the Edens. It's 21 minutes like Cook to Montrose, outbound 41. The Kennedy, 55 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 52. The Ike, an hour and 15 minutes. Thorndale to downtown, outbound 50 minutes. Stevenson, an hour and 25 minutes. 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive. Crash at County Line on the right side. The Ryan is 30 minutes, 95 to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
Admit it, we all have that dark, dreary spot in our house, and we wonder, should we put in can lighting or wouldn't natural lighting look great? And that's where SoloTube comes into play. I heard about SoloTube and this amazing technology, and really it's better than traditional skylights that always are going to leak. It's not if, it's when. So I spoke with Katie at Chicago Skylight Pros. She's Chicagoland's SoloTube premier dealer. And what a great experience. The natural lighting looks beautiful, and my bathroom really seems larger. It's so simple and inexpensive. Katie from Chicago Skylight Pros comes over, does a consultation. I picked out the SoloTube system I wanted, and now I have natural light that beautifully brightens my home. The bathroom looks 3 times bigger, and it doesn't tear apart your roof. So I highly recommend you brighten your home with natural light using SoloTube daylighting system. Call my friend Katie at Chicago Skylight Pros. That's a SoloTube premier dealer. Call Katie at 844-789-SHINE, S-H-I-N-E. Mention me and receive $75 off your first SoloTube. That's 844-789-SHINE, or visit ChicagoSkylightPros.com to view my video and see the before and after pics. That's ChicagoSkylightPros.com.
TriStar Estates is thrilled to call the Kankakee County Fair home this year. Literally speaking, TriStar Estates will have one of their brand new champion model homes at this year's fair, and you can experience their exciting walkthrough exhibit. The Kankakee County Fair takes place August 3rd through 7th at the Kankakee County Fairgrounds. TriStar Estates is raffling prizes at the fair and offering special promotions during August. For details about the TriStar Estates community in advance of the Kankakee County Fair, check out TriStarEstates.com or call TriStar Estates at 815-932-0200. Visit the TriStar Estates Champion Model Home at the Kankakee County Fair for a great time and learn all about the changing trend of the manufactured home living environment. You'll see how wonderful these beautiful and affordable homes really are. Call 815-932-0200 for more info or visit TriStarEstates.com. That's TriStarEstates.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
You want more than just the headlines? Find out what's going on and what it means with me, Dennis Prager, this morning at 11, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
You know what? I'm glad my kids are both at camp because I don't want them to watch tonight's DNC. I don't want them to see Michael Brown's mother up there, Sandra Bland's mother, because these people, they're not law-abiding citizens. And I don't want that message to be sent to my kids or any kids. I don't think any kids should watch tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe you can turn it on when Bill Clinton speaks. Maybe. But not before.
Well,
I mean, what is that?
Bill
What
Clinton.
a slap
That
in the
could-
face to all the law enforcement officers.
Depends which way Bill Clinton goes. Number one, he's probably going to drone on for hours on end. Number two, you know, I mean, some of his past is NC-17, so I don't know if you want the kids around that.
When he talks about Hillary, will he say, my wife, Hillary Clinton, or will he just say, you need to vote for Hillary Clinton?
He'll say-
I mean, do you think he'd be funny and say, I want to be your first dude? Remember Todd Palin?
He'll refer to her like he does in the privacy of their home, Secretary Clinton.
Should we play the drinking game? When if he ever says wife, you take a swig?
Secretary Clinton,
Secretary
I think,
Clinton. Okay, so you're going with Secretary
term
Clinton.
Of respect, yeah.
All right.
Mrs. Clinton, Mrs. Rodham Clinton. Oh, by the way, Donald Trump had a supposition about why Hillary has dropped the Rodham when he was on the stump in Virginia yesterday.
Why did Hillary get rid of her middle name? Huh?
Hillary?
That's her maiden name.
No, but why did she get rid of it? Hillary Rotten Clinton. Rotten Clinton. Hillary Rotten Clinton, right? Maybe that's why. It's too close. No, it's too close. It's too close. You think?
I feel another hashtag coming on.
Oh, wait.
Well, Hillary Rotten Clinton.
Yeah.
Crooked Hillary Rotten Clinton. This is getting long. And then he was riffing, and it turns out, according to Trump, Hillary's got kind of a Jeb problem.
Her instincts are defective. But she's low energy. She actually is low energy.
It's so
crazy. Like Jeb.
So what are you doing?
She'll
in your
go
low
home,
energy?
she'll take a nap for 4 or 5 hours, then she'll come back. No naps for Trump. No nap. I don't take naps. We don't have time.
Oh, my goodness.
We don't have time.
We don't have time.
No naps for Trump.
Oh.
Which is more
what?
More jarring to you?
You taking a nap? Yeah, I saw you take a nap.
No.
With your little splanking.
No, which is more jarring to you? Trump talking in the third person or taking a policy position on naps? Not sure.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
I have actually been on Balance of Nature for a year now. I have MS, and I recently had an MRI. This is the first year that I've had a stable MRI, so I'm thrilled. When I have an MRI with MS, usually there are glowing spots that come through, which is damage on the nerves in my brain and my spinal cord, and when they're glowing, it means they're active. And then my last MRI, they pulled it up, and I honestly couldn't believe that it was my MRI. There was nothing glowing. And in fact, the dark spots were shrinking. They were healing. And the doctor actually said to me, I think we're in remission. I was so happy. I had no idea that could be my reality.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com.
Use promo code CHICAGO.
When you hear the word chiller, the first thing that pops into your mind may be a frozen drink from your favorite convenience store. If you run a business or you're a maintenance engineer, you know of a different kind of chiller, the mechanical one that keeps you, your employees, and customers cool in the summer. And with this summer predicted to be hotter than normal, you don't want to get stuck on one of those 90-plus degree days with no AC. Better call Air Comfort and get your chiller tuned up and running at peak performance. A professional inspection can find small problems before they become big problems, and proper maintenance can keep your system from wasting energy and money. Air Comfort will make sure your equipment is clean and obstacle-free. And if your AC is about to or has stopped working, they can install temporary solutions to keep you cool while the long-term fixes are put in place. The key is preventative maintenance, and Air Comfort can help. Schedule a comprehensive assessment of your mechanical system today. Call 708-345-1900 or visit aircomfort.com. Air Comfort, providing the right climate for business since 1935.
Oh, that's great. Hey, if you're a regular listener to Chicago's Morning Answer, which I know you are, you've heard about Turnkey IT, Chicagoland's leading IT service provider for small businesses. Turnkey provides world-class support and customizable plans for businesses that have 5 to 100 users. Is that you? You know, with some programs, you get all new equipment, free security, and antivirus protection. Sound great? Then why haven't you called Turnkey IT? Well, here's Turnkey IT's best offer yet. Through the summer, all AM 560 listeners receive their first month of service for just $1. Your business receives comprehensive coverage, including unlimited help desk and on-site support, network hosting, antivirus protection, and its first contracted month. Yes, that's right, just $1. Ready to make the switch? It's easy. Visit turnkey.pro now. That's turnkey.pro.
No naps for turnkey.pro.
No naps for our friends. And tell them AM 560 The Answer set you. Maybe Melissa takes a nap. So you can focus on the important things and leave the technical stuff to the pros. Visit turnkey.pro today. That's turnkey.pro.
AM 560 The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Why isn't anyone blowing the whistle on Michelle Obama for plagiarizing Plato's Republic at 8:38?
Oh, nice. But first into the newsroom we go with a man who's all dressed up today. Mike Scott, why are you wearing a tie?
Just so I could spill on it this morning.
Okay.
At 3:30, 75 degrees outside. The Democratic National Convention Heading into day 2 after a bumpy start, like my breakfast, Bernie Sanders supporters have been making it clear they're still backing the Vermont senator in his message of political revolution. Sanders backers frequently interrupted speeches on day 1 of the convention, even as he called on them to get behind Hillary Clinton.
This election is about and must be about the needs of the American people and the kind of future we create for our children.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren was also a night 1 speaker and targeted Donald Trump.
On one side is a man who inherited a fortune from his father and kept it going by cheating people, by skipping out on debts. A man who has never sacrificed anything for anyone.
Warren accused the GOP presidential nominee of repeatedly being a cheat, but Trump was not impressed with Hillary Clinton's pick for running mate.
She's got bad judgment when it came to picking a vice presidential candidate for that side of the party.
Speaking at a town hall event in Roanoke, Virginia, the GOP presidential nominee said Virginia Senator Tim Kaine is not even popular in his own state. 19 are dead after a knife attack in Japan outside of Tokyo. ISIS this morning takes credit for an attack on a church in France that left a priest dead. Meantime, French authorities say 2 attackers are dead following that hostage-taking in the Normandy city of Rouen. A 6-year-old boy has died after a crash in North Aurora. The vehicles collide late last night on I-88 near Randall Road. And 2 women remain hospitalized in serious to critical condition after a building partially collapses on Chicago's west side. Chicago sports. White Sox winners over the Cubs 5-4. Tyler Saladino, the game-ending RBI single. That after the Cubs acquired hard-throwing right-handed reliever Aroldis Chapman. That came in a trade with the Yankees. The news service of 7-Eleven. Chill out this summer at 7-Eleven. When you get an ice-cold Big Gulp, you'll get 1 free 1-day Redbox movie rental. It's a refreshing deal that won't last long, and it's only at 7-Eleven. While supplies last, subject to additional terms, charges apply for additional nights. 8:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Remodel your kitchen with Galaxy. Buy 1 cabinet and get 1 free with free financing and design services. Call 773-783-8300.
If you could quickly and painlessly clear your psoriasis or vitiligo, would you?
No matter how big the psoriasis is, no matter how small the psoriasis, we can help you.
Ashley is a clinical specialist for X-Track, the amazing in-office treatment for psoriasis and vitiligo that's clinically proven to show immediate results with up to 95% clearance.
What my patients love most about the X-Track treatments is it's safe, it's FDA cleared, and they're seeing results very quickly.
And the embarrassing, painful patches and discoloration with X-Track. There's no medications, no topical ointments, and virtually no side effects. X-Track uses light to transform your skin and change your life. It's covered by all major insurances and Medicare, and will help you find a doctor close by.
I love what I do. I love coming in every day and making a difference in patients' lives. It's amazing.
Call now to live X-Track Clear. Call 800-978-3554. That's 800-978-3554. 800-978-3554 or visit xtracradio.com. Qualified patients, certain restrictions apply.
8:36. In our Guardian Security Services Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The spat of nasty crashes continues. There's one on the southbound tri-state just before the Adams Tollway I-90. 3 left lanes are blocked. Big delays start on southbound 294 at Dempster. On the northbound side, traffic is stop and go Cicero to the Hinsdale Oasis, and from the Reagan Tollway most of the way up to that point past I-90. Edens is 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 41. The Kennedy with delays starting at Foster. 55 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 38 from Montrose, 32 in the Express. Outbound 52 minutes downtown to the airport. The Eisenhower's an hour and 15 minutes. Thorndale to downtown. 57 minutes from Mannheim. Outbound 58 to Thorndale. Stevenson looking at an hour and 20 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Just 30 minutes to the Tri-State. There's a crash at County Line on the right side. Outbound 53 minutes to 355. Ryan 30 minutes 95th to downtown. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. from the aircomfort.com Weather Center, providing the right climate for business since 1935. Seasonably warm, plenty of sunshine today, high 86. 78 at O'Hare. Next news at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Fly By Night with Ken Severa. Heard Saturday evenings at midnight here on AM 560, The Answer.
Hey, don't be caught without the facts. Listen to me, Sean Hannity, this afternoon at 2, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
Dan and Amy, I want to get to Michelle Obama's remarks yesterday, but we've got a question for Amy's Constitution Corner. People call in. They've got questions about the United States Constitution or any of the founding documents.
Let me get out a copy of them.
We ask Amy Jacobson, and so feel free, 312-642-5600. If you have a technical question about the rule of law in a free society and our founding documents, going back, actually, frankly, Magna Carta 1215 forward. Any questions?
Well, I don't have that.
We've got Amy Jacobson right here to answer them.
Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America in my hand.
Let's go to John. John, you got a question for Amy, Constitution Corner?
Yeah, I do. Since it's a don't vote for him kind of campaign, or don't vote for her, what if nobody gets the right number of electoral votes?
Thanks for the call, John. Nobody gets 270. Amy, you're up.
My answer is getting the answer from you. So it's not possible. I mean,
well, then we can't call it Amy's Constitution Corner, can we?
Well, when did we start this radio
just
bit without
now.
telling me?
Exactly. I like to spring these things.
Sounds good,
that's what
but
makes it
it
fun.
should be Dan Proft's Constitution Corner.
So if nobody gets 270, it goes to the House of Representatives. Each state gets a vote. Top three electoral vote. The top three candidates with the most electoral votes are among the choices. And so it would go to, effectively, it would go to the House of Representatives, so it would be Trump. Yeah, that's how it works.
That was my answer.
And thank you for allowing me to participate in Amy's Constitution Corner. Art on the Northwest Side.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
What I was going to say to you, every time they arrest these demonstrators, the Black Lives Matter or any demonstrator, first of all, they should find out, are they on welfare? If they're on welfare, why aren't they out looking for jobs? And I'd like to know if everybody talks about this guy Soros, I don't know who the heck he is. I know he's a billionaire, but they say he's funding all the Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Why can't we look into him saying, how can they go and dump all this money into this thing? I mean, doesn't he have billions and billions and billions?
Yeah, well,
he has paid protesters.
Yeah, he can put his money wherever he wants to put it. I mean, it's his money. Thanks for the call, Art.
BLM has settled down since Baton Rouge. I mean, the BLMers that we saw in Cleveland, they were, stoned suburban girls who made their own makeshift BLM signs with Sharpie in a cardboard box and were frolicking in a fountain. Those are the only ones I saw, and then a few others, and that was it. I think they stayed home.
Well, it'll be interesting because remember how much,
I think I know
how much power, frankly, they exhibited over the two candidates for president on the Democrat side during the primary. I mean, both Hillary and Comrade Bernie genuflected before Black Lives Matter. Bernie let Black Lives Matter protesters take over one of his events.
That's right. And even that wasn't enough, remember?
I mean,
he's like, what else do you want? I'm giving you the lectern. What else do you want?
Marty O'Malley got heckled at Black Lives Matter in one of these candidate forums. I mean, they were totally had these Democrat panderers on their heels. So I guess maybe having Michael Brown's mother and Trayvon Martin's mother speak, maybe this is a way to appease them. I suppose you could make that case. Sean from Elmwood Park, you have a question for Amy's Constitution Corner?
No.
Well, I'll tell you what. I would like to bring up another thing that the communists are right about.
What?
Every once in a while, they're right. For example, they're right about the corporatism of capitalism and why they're frustrated with it, and they have Republicans to thank. And I'll tell you another thing that's disgusting. And you, Proft, you glazed over it. I saw the weakness in your answer when asked about Soros. Well, it's his money, and he could put it anywhere he wants.
Well, yeah, that's true.
And why? Because the Citizens United, the corporatization of our country, the corporate takeover of our politics.
You're opposed to the Citizens United decision, so you don't.
Absolutely right.
Oh my God! So
you didn't know this about each other?
You're opposed to free speech, and you're opposed.
Oh yeah, free speech.
Well, that's what.
Corporations bought these politicians. We can use that as an example. The problem with politics
Money
is
is
the money in
speech.
it.
Money
These
is speech.
morons
No,
are for
actually, it's
sale.
not, Sean. Sean, the problem in politics as the Institute for Justice properly describes, the problem in politics is not that there's too much money in politics, there's too much government for sale. So we always focus on the money in, and we don't look at the size of government out. Well, I mean, that's what it is.
Chicken and the egg argument, right? It's not the money that buys the politicians. It's the weak character, the side parts, and the cheap suits, right? You limit the money these scumbags can keep.
Oh boy, look at you, Mr. Regulator, Mr. Regulator. What's the Hey, hold on a second. What's the arbitrary number? What's the arbitrary limit that people should be?
$20.
How much?
$20. I want to get Mitch McConnell and his pixie curls and
No.
old lady face. Get the hell out of here. What's he doing worth $44 million? He never produced a damn thing. He's worth nothing. He's done nothing but sell the country down the drain. Are we so blinded that we have this team mentality? Republicans good, Democrats bad. Why do they go form lobbying groups together? Why? Because it's about the money. They've overthrown the country with the money. So you handcuff them. They get nothing. And
Yeah,
when they leave
Sean, before Citizens United, was money in politics a problem? Was it the same system? Of course it was. Of course it was. It's all the times you call into the show and whine and rail against central planning. And what do we have you here when it comes to this matter of your expression through your resources? You turn out to be a central planner and a regulator. You should be out there with the field of burners, not taking a shower and with silence over your lips and in a drum circle. I mean, that's the position. That's your position on Citizens United. Thanks for the call, Sean. Wow.
I think you stunned him
How
into
about that?
silence.
Yeah.
You actually got Sean from Elmwood Park to shut up.
Couldn't be. He couldn't.
I
He could not. I love Sean from Elmwood Park. He could not be more wrong on Citizens United. There should be no caps. Should be no caps. Kurt in Park Ridge.
That was awesome, Dan. Well played. You cornered Sean from Elmwood Park in your little jiu-jitsu there, and he was so wrong. It was fantastic. Well played, my friend.
Thank you for the call, Kurt. I mean, it's sad. It's sad when the mighty fall. You know, we had such high aspirations for Sean from Elmwood Park.
You have to smoke cigars together on August 11th. Do you think you'll mend fences before then?
I think Prager's going to have to separate us.
Yeah,
on
that's
August
right.
11th. I think Prager's going to have to get in between and keep the peace between Sean from Elmwood Park and I. That's what I suspect. I don't know. It's going to get ugly. Now, I go to the Elmhurst Cigar House that Sean owns from time to time.
You did go
No,
to
I
that.
go there. So this
Yeah.
is just going to be a continuation of, this little conversation we had. But now I want to get to Michelle Obama because I know you thought her remarks were transcended. Transcended, excuse me. I deferred, but I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I cried because she cried.
Because of Hillary Clinton, my daughters and all our sons and daughters now take for granted that a woman can be president of the United States.
See? You weren't even listening. You were not even moved to tears. But she teared up. I mean,
I had my tear ducts removed, so I don't have the capacity.
That's right.
But no, that was not a particularly emotional offering from Michelle. I thought.
Can I offer up something else for you, please? What about the fact of where she lives?
Generations of people who felt the lash of bondage, the shame of servitude, the sting of segregation, but who kept on striving and hoping and doing what needed to be done so that today I wake up every morning in a house that was built by slaves.
Yeah. Then she goes back to Chicago in a house that was built by Tony Resco.
Hey, how? I know. I thought she was elegant. I thought it was graceful. She had a little bite to her.
So
little
here-
singing. But what she was effective in doing, Dan, is shutting up the Bernie Sanders supporters.
Well, they're going to respect the First Lady, of course.
And,
That's
yeah,
not a surprise.
I mean, who's gonna speak out against the First Lady? And Donald Trump better not tweet out anything negative about Michelle Obama.
Oh no, he's going to
Well,
have
he's not
you to
going
deal
to.
with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's
I don't think he will, though.
Here's the 28 seconds or so of Michelle Obama's speech that's the most important. It tells you everything you need to know about the left and their adherence to the concept of Plato's Republic. That's good. The state is central, and the state intervenes every place it needs to in order to make itself central, and particularly that matters with respect to family. And so listen to what Michelle Obama said about the role of politicians. And the President of the United States is just a politician. Listen to this and tell me if you agree with this.
And make no mistake about it, this November when we go to the polls, that is what we're deciding. Not Democrat or Republican, not left or right. No, in this election and every election is about who will have the power to shape our children for the next 4 or 8 years of their lives.
Is that who shapes your children? Is it the President of the United States, even the most powerful politician on the planet? Is that who shapes your children for 4 or 8 years, the term of their office? Who's ever in the Oval Office? Or do you shape your children? And do other important adults in their lives, like their teachers and coaches, shape their children? Or is it politicians? And do you look to politicians? And should politicians have the power, quote unquote, as Michelle Obama described it, to shape your children's lives in the way that she intimates they do, and that it's legitimate that they have?
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. I shape my children. Their teachers or coaches shape my children, not the government.
Well, and Michelle Obama, just in case you thought that, I'm misinterpreting it, and that was just an offhanded statement, it's just one of her platitudinous remarks that doesn't mean anything like what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. She doubled down.
Kids who look to us to determine who and what they can be.
Is that where you look?
Well,
do you look to the Obamas or any other politician of any partisan affiliation to shape who you should, or who you can be?
Well, I think
that's dangerous.
What I interpreted her statement, I thought she meant look to us because we're minorities in a predominantly white world and we can accomplish great things.
She didn't say that.
No,
and she
didn't.
And she said children.
Children. Just you can aspire to be anything you want to be. You know, kind of like My Little Pony book. Twilight Star, she said the same thing.
That wasn't right. That wasn't like the more you know little after school special thing. That is really ripped from the philosophy that's found in Plato's Republic.
So this is plagiarism. We have plagiarism.
And she also added, it does take a village, which is also another modern essentially iteration of that same idea. Government is central. You do not own your property. You rent it from the government. You do not have dominion over your children. You have dominion only to the extent that the government allows it. Government is the primary mover. That's what is meant by what Michelle Obama said. Let's go to Ron in Bourbonnais.
Oh, good morning. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Hey, listen, Donald Trump doesn't have to tweet out anything negative about Michelle Obama. I'll do it for him right now. Number one, she and her platitudinous statements about blacks having built the White House is a bunch of crap. The fact is that a few black slaves were used to help construct it. It was planned by whites, engineered by whites, built by white artisans, as this country was first inhabited by white Protestant Christians, planned out, designed, and became great through the guidance of white Protestant Christians.
Well, it's also...
And blacks are very fortunate to have been brought here and that got here.
Yeah, thanks for the cover. It's also been made great by the contributions of black Americans and every other stripe and color and religious tradition. I don't want to get into it. That's what the left does, the whole black, white, Jew, Christian thing, despite all their paeans to unity and harmony yesterday. I mean, they're the ones that do the gender and race and religious identity politics. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Paul, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Morning. Why does she want our kids to follow someone who lies, someone who gets away with a tremendous amount, has never driven since 1996 because she's so wealthy that she's never been able to, I don't know what else to say. Why are we supposed to follow somebody? By the way, the country has, 300 million people, half are women. We can only find one who's married to a former president that can run the country.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Paul. Well, I mean, she wants to set the example so that someday your kids can grow up to have a nice life at with a phony baloney foundation financing and all. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Plenty of sunshine today, a high of 86 degrees. Then tomorrow, even warmer, a high of 88. No rain in the forecast until a spotty shower on Thursday afternoon. Let's get the travel times. Any things spotty on the roadways? Here's Jim Telemonte.
Well, Amy and Dan, it's really jammed on the southbound tri-state from Gulf Road to before the Adams Tollway with a crash in the 3 left lanes. Northbound slow 95th to 31st and from the Reagan Tollway to past I-90. The Adams Tollway delays are from 59 to Roselle, and then Elmhurst Road to Lee as well. The Veterans Memorial improving. Still heavy 75th to the Reagan Tollway and Army Trail to 290. Eden's 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose outbound 45. The Kennedy an hour. O'Hare to downtown outbound 47 minutes. The Ike an hour 15. Thorndale to the Loop outbound 58 minutes. The Stevenson is an hour and 15 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive outbound 52 minutes. The Ryan 30 minutes. 95th to downtown. I'm Jim Talamonte in the Guardian Security Services Traffic Center.
If you're looking to improve your child's academic education and attitude toward life, Christian Liberty Academy, based in Arlington Heights, has provided thousands of children in preschool through 12th grade with a superior, accredited, and affordable Christian education since 1968. The Academy offers a spacious and well-equipped campus, dynamic math and computer classes, art and music instruction, as well as comprehensive sports programs and after-school care services. The teaching staff at Christian Liberty is comprised of people who take a genuine and personal interest in each of their students and make it a point to give them the individualized attention that they need. Call the Academy at 847-385-2013 to schedule a tour or visit ChristianLibertyAcademy.com. That's ChristianLibertyAcademy.com. Don't let another week go by before you get serious about finding the proper school environment for each of your children. The summer is slipping away and registrations are filling up fast in many grades. So contact Christian Liberty Academy today and give your children a great foundation for learning and for life.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Mark Weingart, President and CEO of Star Creations, Inc., the fastest growing supplier of wall decor products in the U.S. When it comes to banking, I don't want to be a small fish in a big pond. That's why I bank at Signature Bank Chicago. At Signature Bank, every customer is important. I know I can pick up the phone and talk to any one of the decision makers I know and trust at Signature Bank. At Signature Bank, they understand and respond to the unique needs of my business with flexibility and fairness. I'm proud to bank with Signature Bank because I know they're deeply invested in the success of Star Creations.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. Learn more about turning your business vision into reality. Visit signature-bank.com. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
I am so glad I did it. I'm just mad at myself for waiting so long. Hi, Amy Jacobson here for CertaPro Painters. You know, our front porch had chipping and peeling. It looked old and run down, but thanks to CertaPro Painters, it looks brand new again. And trust me, my neighbors are happy I did it. And you know, it's not too late to book that painting project. But don't wait. Be sure to get on CertaPro Painters' summer painting schedule today. Call 800-GO-CERTA or visit CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. You know, CertaPro Painters will work around your busy schedule to get your home looking picture perfect for all your summer entertaining. That's why CertaPro Painters says we do painting, you do life. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Whether it's residential or commercial, interior or exterior, it's not too late to get that painting project off your to-do list. Call now, 1-800-GO-CERTA, 1-800-GOCERTA, or visit CertaPro.com today.
Folks, I'm the extra crispy Colonel from KFC, and it sure is hot out. You could fry an egg on the sidewalk, but you can't use the sidewalk to freshly double-bread 3 chicken tenders and fry them up to an extra crispy, juicy finish and serve them with a biscuit, mashed potatoes, a cookie, and a drink for just $5. You can only get a real meal like that in my extra crispy tenders $5 fill-up. It's 100% guaranteed not to be fried on sidewalks. KFC, it's extra crispy good.
Pricing and participation may vary. Tax extra. Mr. Robot is back.
Hello again.
Nominated for 6 Emmys, including Outstanding Drama Series and Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series for star Rami Malek.
I will not be owned.
Experience the show Rolling Stone calls inventive and cinematically dazzling, and the LA Times says is like nothing else on TV.
This control you think you have? It's an illusion.
Mr. Robot, new episode tomorrow, 10/9 Central, only on USA Network.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I've been taking 4 a day of the fruits and vegetables, and I have hypogammaglomerulia. Basically, you have antibodies in your body, IgA, IgM, and IgG. And somewhere along the line, my body stopped making them. So I don't have any resistance to infection. But I've been taking fruits and vegetables since we started, which I think is well over a year now. And the doctor can't believe that I've not had infections and flus. And he told me, whatever I'm doing, keep doing. So that's what I'm doing.
Call now to find out how to get your free month's supply of Balance of Nature. Call 800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
All right, have fun at your Sox game tonight.
I will.
Mhm.
1 up, 3 to go. 1 down, 3 to go, I should say.
Okay, good luck with that. Our thanks to Eric Thomas, to the governor, to Cesar Perez, and to you for listening. We'll be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. with a Cubs victory. Now let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Stevenson truck crash leaves 1 dead. We'll follow up on that developing story. Dick Durbin mentioned as a possible candidate for Illinois governor.